playing it so that it's very hard for Scream to do anything here. Right up until that point where JW just walks out into the open and gives a bit of an opportunity here. Grenade going to come out, not going to do too much damage. Flusher rushing close, and Scream looking for the headshot. He's got the triple kill, he sprays, he takes down the last player as well. Quad kill for Scream, and Flusher's going to be gone. Titan picking up the first round, which should force the Swedes to simply save here, unless they want to go for a crazy force-up, but that's a great third round.
They're dancing on the edge of the double eco, and yeah, Fnatic are going to go for it. They're going to commit. And so it's going to be CZs. Wow, quite a few CZs now. Just Crims with the 5-7 rather, and then JW with the 5-7. But yeah, I rather with the Swag 7. That's just going to really rattle Fnatic, who aren't super confident right now. I mean, Flusha himself was on Twitter just the other day saying, I'm so tired that we're struggling with this game. Put it nicely. But that's the issue right now, is that Fnatic are lacking confidence. So if they lose those kinds of clutch rounds, a 2v1 like that, that's definitely going to hurt them.
Yeah, it's weird. This is probably the team that has the most confidence out of any in the scene, so it's a bit weird to hear that. This round is a completely crushing one in favor of Titan, just shutting down that B-bomb site early on. 3 kills, although it is bringing him back a little bit here. Olofmeister and Pronax picking up a kill each, and Pronax finally going to fall down, which is going to leave Olof all the way still in B here, ready to see if he could catch anyone else sneaking in. He's going to get the Galil, but now 1 versus 3, so after an initial engagement, it seems like it was Titan coming out on top after all.
Yeah. And that's, and even with the stack for Fnatic, I think they had 4 players on the B side initially there to stop Titan trying to come onto that site.
Do you wonder, I mean, if Flusher is really going to become sort of the main caller, where does that leave Pronax? Because his sort of, justification being on the team was always his mid-round calling, his tactical stuff, and feels like maybe if that's not going to be the case, are they going to ultimately find somebody else that they'd rather have in place?
Well, that's exactly it. That's the big question. Flusha's always been the lurker. He's always been the clutch player for Fnatic. Pronax is just this. He's one of the highest impact leaders this game has ever had. I mean, the guy comes into Fnatic, and they're the first team to win the major, and they're the only team to have won 3 majors. Pronax has 3 majors to his name, so for them to doubt him is just mind-blowing, in my opinion. And, I mean, really, if you just want more bragging power, then you're going to have to go for a player like Dennis. You're going to have to go for somebody else and get another Swede involved, because Pronax isn't about the top fragging. Pronax is about outthinking his opponents, being prepared, doing the hard work that gets you ready to win best of 3 series.
Yeah, but what's weird is that I would still say that even if Pronax was alone, in a 1 versus 1 or 1 versus 2, I wouldn't be shocked if he pulled it off. He's still a very good player. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just fanboying a little bit here, but I feel like it's going to be hard to replace him. But obviously we don't know what's going on internally, so it could be really hard to guess at. Titan just completely crushed Fnatic in that round. It was pistol, no armor as well for the Swedish side, so no big surprise there. And we'll see if they can continue on here, as they have picked up the round lead and leading into the 6th round here. Fnatic, they bought whatever they could, but you can tell there are no Molotovs in play currently. They've basically broken the whole bank to do this, so they need this win. Otherwise, Titan would be off to more than just a good start, I'd say, on this first half. It'd be hard to stop them afterwards, actually.
Yeah, and I like this fate coming up from Titan right now. See Fnatic using a lot of their nades to get in. Existence, unfortunately for him, just walks right into Olofmeister. That couldn't have been worse, but they are going for the A play after all. Fnatic rotation is going to be coming out, and even a smoke put up just to allow for the guys to get out of link. This is going to be interesting. Now, can Titan brute force their way onto this site? Because that's what has to happen.
Sharks is making his way in. He's going to get the 1 kill. Spots a guy up and sniping SP. He's being shot in the back. Ends up dropping down JW, and then Olofmeister with a double return. It's Scream getting 1, turning around, getting another one. It's a triple, and jumping out of the window. It's going to be Olofmeister with a quad kill. What a way to end that round. It couldn't have been better. That was true SWAT style, wasn't it? If only it had the rope and ladder and just come charging down.
And Shoxy even spotted him up there. Scream knew that there was a man playing sniper. He had to get these kills right here. The second one is sick, but that third one, Pronax going for the peak, is one after another there for Fnatic. They didn't have that perfect timing, that kind of crossfire that we're so used to seeing from them. We're used to seeing these guys peak together, work together to get the frags and establish crossfires. And yeah, it's not every day that you actually see them give an opponent a chance to go for a big play like that.
I mean, that, and Scream currently 11-2-3. He's really on form. If he got that 4th kill, that would have been truly something. I still wish we could have seen that from multiple angles. We need the slow-mo matrix speed, and then pivot around and see how that actually worked out. Well, 7th round is coming up, and obviously Fnatic still broke. Titan just enough money to buy this round. If they can win it, then they're going to have, once again, a big lead here, and they trade favorably in that entry now. Olafite's trying to get a little bit closer. He won that last round for them, and even while flashed, he picks up a kill. Smith's going to get the one with the AWP, looking for a second one, too. It's going to be JW. A third one, he's going to barely miss it, and then Shox has to come in and try and help out here. Olaf fighting, and he's a little bit too exposed. Goes down, Pronax to follow. Shox to end the round. He heard Scream's calls down there. It's like, I need help.
I need help me, brother. And, you know, that's it. For some reason, I had like the John Cena theme song going through my head with Scream, where he's just like runs up and just like shoulder slams. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going through my head right now. But
it's really hard to be on the internet without, you know, seeing that meme all over the place, though.
John Cena! Yeah, so I was thinking, holy hell, you know, Titan actually play with the AWP, and they're expecting to be able to get a pick off of that, and they're like, nah, actually, we're just going to rush out onto the site. It was so key that Smith's actually managed to get something done with that AWP afterwards.
Looked like the third kill was almost landed as well there, so, I mean, he did a really good job. Scream is going to go down to just a pistol, no armor, and Crims with a ridiculous headshot on RPK as well. That was never supposed to happen. And JW just casually rushing Ivy and running up behind Existence to drop him. It's going to be Shox and Smith's left here. 2 versus 4, and doing the best that he can here. JW already getting a second kill, and Bomb is out here. Flusher, easy headshot, and that's a round that Fnatic should have never won. And Titan, honestly, giving, I think, too much away in this round. That's almost inexcusable. You can't win a round as big as the last one and then give up a round like that one.
Yeah, that's going to set them back. Talk about, you know, and it was that Scream clutch situation, right, where it's like that would have just completely rocked Fnatic. Now we're experiencing exactly that for Titan here, where all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we got this. We got their backs to the wall. They're going to be a pistol eco. This is sick. We're going to farm rounds. And then Crim's just like, boom, no fun allowed on this server. You are not allowed to get away with this.
Yeah, I'm disappointed, I've got to say.
Holy hell, double nade. Shox down to 4, RPK down to 3. That hurt. And I thought for a second we would see like some kind of flash kill.
It would have been beautiful, but instead it's just Crims picking off the easy kills here. It's a 4th one, looking for the last one. Just another click here, and Scream might be going down the same path here, but he's trying to see if he can make it out. Takes a bit of a fight with Flusher and goes down. Those early kills from Crims there were just so easy. You're right, they were down to 10 health and you just clicked a couple of times and that was it. So Fnatic, from having an awful position, giving up that one round meant that now they are 5-4. They've got the money. They've got a bit of a bank even. Titan. I'm disappointed.
Don't be disappointed.
I am.
I've passed the stage of disappointment when it comes to Titan. Now I just accept. You know, this is what happens. You know, this is not the Titan of 2013. Even if NBK and RPK, you know, it's pretty close. You know, we're still waiting on big things from these guys.
I don't know. I've got my hopes up. I think they can do this. I think this roster can work.
You think so? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ye of eternal faith.
Yeah, it's true.
Has Thorin been whispering sweet nothings in your ear?
No, I mean, I did say the same thing about the other Titan lineup, so maybe it does ring a little bit hollow in that sense. But I do have a lot of respect for the French and Belgian players here, and I think generally I can't even explain to you really why it didn't work last time. In my opinion, they did have a lot of tools to make it work with. This time they might have even more. So
it's just that Envy got all the god tier talent and Titan got the talent that had to work.
Yeah, maybe that is it. Crims and JW with some good opening here, and good openings, and JW also going to pick up a second one there, flicking away with that AWP onto Existence, who was, you know, out train surfing, which is also illegal. JW going to take down the last Vandal over there. Shox is gone, and that's it.
It's always in CS countries where you see the guys, they get the GoPros on their heads, and they just, you know, hop on that train that goes across the bridge, all across town, whatever. You see those videos of just like surfing through random towns like that, you're just like, okay. Hands are sweating, right? Like, oh, no, man.
Mom spaghetti? No. That was so easy as well.
Stop.
Yeah.
Halt.
I mean, in countries where the electric current is in the tracks, I can maybe see how it can work, but you know, in Denmark the electric current's in the wires above the train.
Yeah.
So if you try and train surf, you will probably be fried. So try not to do that. A nice way to start here. Shox leading us away from the path of train surfing into a nice headshot to open up on Pronax, but Scream and RPK and everybody else, it seems, will die all at the same time, more or less. Fnatic now making it 7-4. And you know, so this is why ultimately I'm liability on any like Counter-Strike team. I can't let go of that round there. Like the one they lost to the pistol no armor. If I was on this team, I'd still be talking about it. I'd be like, come on guys, like
you
if we
wouldn't
hadn't
be
lost
talking about it, Anders.
Yeah,
no, you wouldn't, because when you get angry, you get quiet. You don't actually.
No,
talk.
that's only when someone says, "Let's move on." I'd be like, right, fine.
Yeah, and then you're getting the silent treatment.
Yeah,
and then
I'm not talking at all.
That's how I know. If we start losing a map, Anders gets quieter and quieter and quieter. I love it. Oh, nicely done there by Smiths.
JW willing to sacrifice a lot there, standing in fire to try and take that fight. A little bit dangerous. Could have worked out. One of those JW-like tricks, but this time it didn't. Shox is going to open up on Olaf as well. And a bit of a heavy rotation from Fnatic onto the B-bomb site. And Titan have read this very well indeed. They have left only one person back here, which is going to be Existence, taking one for the team in that sense, while the rest are taking the A-bomb site.
Identical strat. They used this one several rounds ago, and Existence walked face first into Olaf. This time he actually gets out, and he walks face first into Flusha. How cheerful. And then Pronax takes out Shox, but Smiths is there to shut down Pronax, and now it's a big advantage for Titan. With that bomb planted, there really isn't a whole lot of time here for Fnatic to play with. They have to be able to hunt all the way back into T main, where Scream is currently lurking. Flusha and Crims, I mean, they've woken up, Crims in particular, but it's a lot to ask. They really don't have much time, and yeah, firing squad.
They do have a lot of money on Fnatic, so it kind of makes sense for them maybe to try and see if they can get at least these rifles away from them. Didn't really succeed, but I mean, there's plus 10,000 on 3 players, and you're in the 13th round now. Not that much game left. If you bring, you know, if you remove a couple of rifles, maybe you can make it work. So ultimately, pretty good job on Titan's part there. And as you said, the same strat, this time it just worked better, and probably thanks to those 2 entries they got.
Yeah, it always, like, what are we always saying, right? Selling a fake gets really easy if the guy throwing the fake is actually just wrecking the other team as well. Ooh, again, that timing worked out perfectly for Flusha.
And look, this is also another thing that people really shouldn't do, or at least most people shouldn't. It's JW sniping in Pop Dog, which means if you fail the shot here, it gets a little bit dangerous, but he just doesn't care. Down in B-bomb site, Flusha putting out a Molotov, another grenade rains in, and Crims to pick up the first kill there, followed up by Flusha. Last bullet in that spray, really well timed, and JW still playing over by Pop Dog. It's going to be Scream shot in the back, and Flusha just doing good job. Really a lot of work here in the B-bomb side.
This is a great read by Shox, and he realizes that JW would have been playing close. Shox is on his own, although RPK's doing work right now. 2 kills for RPK. Nearly takes out Pronax as well, who just sprays wildly. And now it's going to come down to this shot, and both of them miss. Now Shoxy's got to go. He's got to be able to pick up this bomb. And with 40 seconds left, get the plant somehow. But first, yeah, find Pronax, and he spotted him out. So now the angle becomes interesting for Shoxy. It's going to become who actually gets the drop on who.
Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. They both missed each other by just a pixel. So now there's no one's really entirely sure what Shox is. He's going to try for the plant once, but the timing works out just in favor of Pronax. And that's going to make it 8-5. And moving into the last 2 rounds of the half here. I don't know.
Neither.
This could have been a very different story, I feel like.
I agree. I agree. If it weren't for that eco, then it's eco that Titan lost. And now it's going to be, well, okay. I was wondering if they were just going to bite the bullet and go for it, and just say, you know, we've got a couple guys with enough money to get some rifles here, and the other guys just Tech 9 Force Spy and go for some kind of mix. But they're going to play it all in the last round here, Titan. They go for a bit of a quasi here. They have a couple nades to work with. It's going to be a very fast rush straight into Alley, Ivy, however you want to call it, and Pronax gets caught with the flash in his hand.
Oh, and JW getting overrun as well up on that train. Just a little bit too exposed, but some nice grenade work there from Flusha to follow up on what Pronax had started and lands him a triple kill, and that's going to be 9-5. 15th round is coming up now, and we'll see if Titan, if this, you know, if the lack of forcing it worked out in their favor or not.
Ah, thank you, Alpha Bill. So Flusha's confirmed on stream that Pronax is calling, and will do so from now until eternity.
Oh.
So there we go. Finally, he's come to his senses.
Eternity is a long time.
It is a long time. But I'm down with Pronax calling. Just give it back to Pronax, please.
I'll hold on to what I wanted to say anyway. I still want to like learn more about Flusha. Such a quiet person, you know. Need to do more Flusha type interviews. Pronax, Olofmeister, and JW open up here. This is the final round of the half, and Titan are getting destroyed trying to get into this A courtyard. Not a chance in hell. It's going to be JW with a double and Pronax with a double, and we're going to end in 10-5 in favor of the Fnatic team.
That's right, Anders.
Gives us more time to talk about that one faded round there, Semler. Can rub it in.
Just let it go, Anders.
I can't.
You have to forgive him.
I don't want to let it go.
I mean, like, the thing is, though, it is really just Crims, right? You have, like, Crims and Olaf. Sure, they had a few eco frag, you know,
this is how long. This is how long I can hold on to a round, all the way, like way a long time ago. I played on a team called Factory.dk with a K.
Okay.
Because I don't know why.
Why not?
Later turned into a much better team after we left. Don't know if that was the reason why, but it actually ended up being like a halfway decent team. Anyway, we had like one horrible online match. We were playing Inferno, and what happened is that the terrorists had to go back to pick up the bomb somewhere, and they couldn't possibly do that in time. So we had won the round. We had one guy left. Our CT guy was left alive, just trying to wait out the time, and he was hiding in underpass on Inferno with a USP, and he hadn't reloaded his gun because we were afraid, you know, that they would hear the sound or something.
Sure.
So he had like 6 bullets left or something. And they run past him in towards T-spawn where the bomb is, and I don't know why they were trying to pick it up. They had no chance to do it. And my friend, he fired like 2 bullets, and they just turned around and killed him. And we just, forever since, we've been like, do you remember that time when you gave up that? And then, you know, they won the game because of it. Like, it was, like, you know, 14-14 or something.
Oh, my God.
It's the worst thing I've ever tried. We were, actually, it was so absurd.
I have ever tried?
Yeah.
Were you the man in
No,
underpass?
I definitely was. I definitely wasn't. But ultimately, we actually just ended up. It was so ridiculous that we had to laugh about it. It was. You couldn't even really get angry. It was so funny.
I could totally. You know, you're saying that right now, but I could totally see you getting pretty salty. All right.
Existence, nice opening, but Smith's kind of an all-or-nothing play there. If you get caught in that corner and don't get the headshot, that's going to happen. Crims overrunning. Now PK looking for a couple of headshots of his own. Instead, he's just slowly... Oh, no! JW! What are you doing? I think RPK tagged him off enough that he fell to his death, which is a horrible way to die. And Pronax is going to be alone here, taking up 1 kill. A little bit of a pop flash over as he charges out of the smoke right into Scream's headshot there. And that's going to be the round. He did a Pyth.
I was about to say, but he didn't have a negative on him.
He didn't have a negative.
So that's, you know, he kind of went there. But, oh yeah, I guess RPK is the hero of that round. Certainly. Getting those two, he didn't get the kills, but he got them so low that afterwards it was pretty much a done deal.
You know how StarCraft has like the spoon Terran? You know, maybe RPK, yeah, you know, maybe RPK's like, you know, the spoon pistol pledge slowly chipping away. It's like one dig at a time with that USPS until he whittles them down.
I could see him being a spork. You know, he can't actually do enough damage to you, but you know, he will get the job done eventually.
Slowly.
It's not going to be quick. I'm curious to see if this is going to be a quick play here. There's the flash to clear in case Smith was holding close again. RPK here with the MP9, though, should have a field day, but as I say it, Olafmeister just wipes him out, and now it's going to be Smith's long range with the MP7. He's not going to be able to hold the line, and they should be able to get a bomb plan out of this situation. This is ideal for Fnatic. Back-to-back plans means they can do whatever they want in the next round.
They've even done a fair bit of damage here. You see Scream had to fall back. Smith's also a little bit low. Existence actually has to show up here and try and see if he can finish this round. Crims is going to go down, so pretty good job, I think, from Titan, actually. That could have gone horribly wrong. If they had lost Scream or Smiths or both, that would have been obviously very bad indeed. Those wires. Still there, just checking.
The umbilicals.
Yeah, they're a bit...
When they were first implemented, they looked pretty creepy. Like,
yeah.
I was wondering if we went, you know, if it was CSGO based in Japan, or like...
Have we gone too far?
Have we?
Has science gone too far?
You know, this is the devs. You know, they're trying to appeal to that Asian market.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. That's what we need.
All right.
Well, 7-10, and still a sizable lead for Fnatic. I would say they just need 6 rounds here on the second half, and due to those bomb plants, as you were pointing out, they have the money to buy. So we'll see if they can put together a good round here, as Smith does have that AWP, but Shox has actually held on to the MP9, and that was a good choice, it seems. And
I'm amazed that Crims decides again to push through smoke. That's the second time he's got shot in the face so far. They are going to be able to get the flank here on the man holding alley. That's Smith's gone, and now JW looking for a target. He's worried about the guys coming out of connector, and he gets the drop on RPK and takes out Scream at the same time. Down to Shox, and he does drop the bomb carrier, but then with no HP, he's forced out into the open. Fnatic, and it is the ace, you're right, for JW.
Wow. That was very interesting. I mean, it happened so fast as well for JW. Those, especially those 2 kills when they sort of lined up for him. That was some good spray transfers. So just kept spraying. And Fnatic now 1 round closer. Look at this stuff here. He's so ready as well for the 3rd guy to come around, or the 5th guy if you want. So pretty good job there. 7-11. And Titan back to pistol and no armor.
And a long, long road ahead of them. If they want to get back into this, they're going to have to come up with a Fnatic round, basically. And you'll get to harp about, you know, Fnatic then, Anders. They'll try and shift your attention over. But we need some kind of pistol round win, an eco win, and Smith's getting the headshot on Olfmeister, manages to pick up an AK as well. That's standard Olaf. He loves to go out through team main like that, get out into the A site and try and lurk about, but it looks like Smith's is going to be the one to get the drop on him this time.
Yeah, he's coming up from behind, but only with a pistol. It's still going to be quite a difficult task ahead of him here. He's going to get the 1 kill. He could have shot down Pronax before that bomb went down, but he's going to go for the no-scope kill on Crimson instead, and this is working out very well indeed for Titan. Flusher going to be alone now, 1 versus 2. And they have an idea about where he is as well. They're going to be close, and Smith just takes care of business. That's going to be the round. They've got plenty of time for the defuse as well. Big turnaround.
Well, there you go, Anders.
Yeah, but I would say that this is a slightly more forgivable round for Fnatic. It's a bit of a shame that they weren't aware, but obviously Existence coming up from behind like that is much better than what Titan did on their side, which was just plain walking into the A-bomb side and getting killed 1 at a time. You know, flanking from Pop Dog like that, it is a big gamble, but when it pays off, you see how big the impact is. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm more willing to forgive Fnatic for this one than I am Titan for the first round.
Clearly not biased.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly, yeah. We'll let it slide this time, Anders. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of round that basically Titan really needed here. And Fnatic, because they're so consistent getting the bomb plants, they do have quite a bit of money to work with. So they do actually have the money for some AKs. Now I'm curious to see if Olfmeister's going to keep trying to push outside, but no, he's changed it up. He's decided to take his fight over to Ali instead, so they're split up at Fnatic all across the map, just looking for that first pick, and Existence nearly gets taken out already. Existence pushes forward, though, takes out Crimson. There we go. JW with the backstab. Scream, though, there to shut down that A site.
Yeah, a bit of a flashbang on out. Scream trying to buy some time for his teammates to get here as well. It's RPK picking up a kill. Shocks flashed out on the back lines here. They're playing 2 versus 4, and they could easily afford to just play this one safe. They don't have to commit to any kind of fight. Just wait for Pronax and Olofmeister to try and find a bomb site, which they're going to have to eventually. Pronax having the bomb currently and turns around just to get shot by RPK, who also takes down Olofmeister. Nice round here from RPK.
And immediately swaps over to that AK. Curious to see who's actually still holding on to the M4A1 still, because now we're starting to see some guys drift back towards it. So it's fun to see that the silenced rifle hasn't been completely forgotten, although you do tend to pick up an AK pretty quick, I guess, if you get the chance.
Well, you know what's really changed since we were here last week? The Zeus.
I know.
They finally nerfed it. I saw
so
you.
Happy.
I saw you. You know, almost crying for pure joy on
In the
Twitter
hotel room.
that it was that it had finally happened.
I might have kicked my feet in the air. I mean, I just feel bad for Renegades. Like that round where they got double Zeused. You know, it's just stuff like that. What could have been, Anders?
What
if
about
that travesty? Had never happened.
What about me though? What am I supposed to entertain myself with now? Could be Scream's headshot. Those are quite high entertainment value as well. This is going to take down the first kill. There it is. No armor and pistol here for Fnatic, so it should be an easy round. And Titan are playing this one very defensively.
Yeah, they are. They're just making use of the rifles. This is textbook stuff from Fnatic, or rather from Titan. From Fnatic as well. I mean, Fnatic are just trying to, I guess they were trying to lurk the bomb up here. But Smith's, unfortunately, that was the first kill of the round. So Titan, they don't have to push anywhere. They know exactly where the bomb is, and they have their opper sitting on it. So long as they protect the opper, Fnatic are just going to get whittled down.
I feel like this kind of scoreline is exactly what Titan should always be aiming for, with sort of Scream and Shocks and whoever else doing the work, and then Existence, not out of the game or anything, but just a little bit lower on the scoreboard. He's not supposed to be picking up a lot of really, really big rounds, so...
Which is curious, because hasn't he, kind of stated that he's putting... Well, it seems, at least when we watch some of their games, that he's putting himself in roles that are meant for fraggers.
Yeah.
So
he is putting himself more in a forward position, but still, I don't think he shouldn't be aspiring to eclipse people like Scream and Shocks. That would be a little bit too much, but, 9 kills is still pretty decent here at the second half of the game. Existence doing a little bit of early damage onto Pronax, and Smith's all the way in the back lines with that AWP.
This is really fun. Oh, shots going through, but Smith is there in position, takes out Flusha. It's definitely going to be frustrated. Smith. This is taking out Pronax as well. Cribs will get the spray down on RPK. So that's opening up this B site a little bit, but there it is. Existence had to get that kill on Olofmeister. He fails to do so, but Smith continues to hold the back line with the AWP. He's hitting shots today, Smith. This is really good to see.
Yeah, might get a 4th one here. Flick not going to connect this time, but Crims is holding C connector here. It's going to be shots going down. Walked right into that one. Really great angle from Crims. That's not so easy because he was sort of coming down the stairs there, so it must have been a little bit hard to predict exactly where that headshot was going to land, but works out just fine. Olofmeister making his way into the bomb site, at least trying to. Nice use of that architecture there. Now he's going to be putting down the bomb, but they're both on the bomb site. A little bit scary, especially with a guy flanking from behind in Smith's.
Yeah, that was it right there. Scream taking out the one, and now it is going to be down to Olofmeister, and he has to realize that Smith's is at his back, but of course he has no way of knowing. He literally backs right into Smith's. And a quad kill for Smith's in the round.
Look at this angle. He's like in the door.
He's melded.
Yeah. It's like that horrible scene from The Fly, where he gets eventually doesn't he like teleport with like the teleporter door as well, so everything gets really bad.
Everything gets really bad.
Have you seen The Fly?
No, I'm actually drawing a blank on this one, man.
Alright.
Is it the black and white?
Is
it black and white?
It's the one where he has he's built a teleporter, and then bad stuff happens. It's I don't want to ruin the plot line. It's really good film. You should see it. It's really old as well. It's very good. Early trade here, Fnatic still going to be buying. Shots playing close, going to be spraying down one, and the second one to follow. Olofmeister and Crims gone over by Ivy. JW, though, bringing it back quick here with a bit of a double kill of his own. Flusha trying to see if he can land a headshot. It would have been helped by JW if that fight had continued. Now it's all on Shox.
Yeah, Shox. He's hoping that somebody's going to get antsy here, but they're peeking them together. Flusha and JW stacked up. So Shox peeks out. He does find the angle to actually turn that into a 1v1 fight, but JW wins the spray battle in the end. But Shox did everything right in that situation. He just gets the angle right because Fnatic had set up to both face him at the same time if he tried to come out through that alley.
JW and Crims top fragging on the other team, almost caught up to by Smiths and Scream. And the fact that Smiths is up here, I guess, is maybe the really notable thing. We don't always expect that.
No, not at all. He's more. I mean, apart from when he picks up the AWP, you kind of expect him to be playing that support role. You know, that guy who's kind of facilitating the rest of the team to go and get the frags.
Well, the 9th round here in this game, all of a sudden seems sort of very even. 12 to 11. RPK pushing close, and they almost line up here. Smith's falling back, but he's at 37 health, and they're not going to stop for him. He takes one down, no scope. Second one, not going to hit. That would have been a great kill, but now it's 3 versus 4. Bomb has been planted. Titan trying to see if they can retake this.
And Scream showing no fear at all, and he gets the instant headshot onto Pronax. Nade going on to him, though he's forced out, and there it is, the follow-up shot from Crims, but he lost his teammate in the meantime. It's down to a 2-on-2. JW about to get control of upper, though. And that can actually open it up to take out Existence, who's working his way slowly across the trains. There it is. Olofmeister takes the one and Crims the other.
Wow.
And just one thing to point out, that's why timing can be so crucial for CS and why some people tend to say, unlucky, etc. Because RPK, he was there to guard Smiths, but he stepped out in front of Smiths just as the push began for Fnatic. And so Smiths couldn't take the shot. RPK was right in front of him, right as Fnatic decided to go for the push. So it couldn't have been worse timing there for the setup. I mean, it was a good setup to have a rifle there to babysit your op, but not for the rifler to step in front of your op right as the push begins. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. That was an awful way to begin. And yet, Titan almost did bring it back and almost won the round there. So, I mean, still a pretty good fight for them. They will have forced up this time around, and they've spent everything they've got. Existence checking the corner, and Pronax going down. Second kill on JW. What a fantastic start here. That's going to help Titan a lot.
Well, that's going to grind Fnatic down to a halt. There's the pop, though. There's the shot, and just sloppy, but Crims gets the job done, takes out Smiths.
Thank you, Crims.
Yeah, he actually used it, Anders.
I'm so happy.
But you see, I mean, he used it, but it didn't look that effective to me.
No, that wasn't even what got him the kill, so maybe a little bit misleading there.
I think Smith's probably stepped in after it went off.
I think it would, and that's actually how you should play it. If you think someone's going to pop, you shouldn't be standing there. You should be waiting on the side. You hear the pop, and you know they're going to come down. So you're absolutely right, though. Shock's going to be falling back now and might be able to catch the bomb carrier here. That's Olofmeister going down, and Flusher and Crims, what are they going to do with 35 seconds left here?
They're going to die horrible deaths as Shox continues to camp it. Flusha now 30 seconds left, 1v4. And Titan, again, they bought themselves room to work with here. This is going to reset Fnatic. The smoke goes down as well. This is just like, it can't get any worse than this for Flusha. He's just trying to put shots through randomly, and he actually nearly tags up Shox. But he's probably just going to try and make this expensive for Titan in the end. Just YOLO through as soon as the smoke clears. There it is.
Put to rest. Looking almost comfortable there.
He looks very comfortable. He died for Fnatic's sins.
13 to 12. Fnatic sins. You know, it's a very, very loaded phrase. You know, she said Shox was carrying camping the bomb. I realized that insult has gone completely out of style. I don't ever hear anyone calling anyone else a camper anymore. But hey, that used to be the thing back in the day. That was the worst you could say about somebody. True. You're just camping in a corner to get all the kills. Newbie.
Dude, that was like, you truly... You got slammed if you did that on EM servers and everything too. Not only on obviously like on actual matches, but like people sitting there with ops all day long.
We should try and revive the camper insult. I feel like it has a place in Counter-Strike, surely.
But it's smart, Anders. It's smart play that makes the difference.
Existence is camping this corner right here. Okay, might be trying too hard. Olofmeister is right on the other side of the smoke. Flush is there as well. A lot of targets for him once the smoke evaporates, and that's going to make it tough. If he can trade, that might be good. If he can get more than that, it's going to be great. Olofmeister going down, and Existence, again, too many targets. He ends up dropping there. Favorable trade, maybe. For Fnatic, I guess they can still pick up that AWP and sort of try and see if they can get a little bit more out of it.
Yeah, and Flush has got it. He's a capable opper. If you could somehow find it, well, JW's on the other side of the map, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But now we have to see if they can actually take advantage of this. And Scream calmly holds the angle, sees Pronax's gun before Pronax rounds the corner. Easy shot for him. And so now it's going to be that main advantage here for Titan. And Fnatic, they continue to try and push into this, but it's, again, one at a time. Now Crims tries to push out into the open. He goes down in a hail of bullets. RPK there, and it's going to be down to Flusha now. And he gets jumped by RPK, who just does very solid work, very thorough work this round. 2 kills for him. But he was just basically sitting on that site, making sure that Fnatic couldn't get anywhere near it.
That means the game is all tied up at 13-13 as we move into the 12th round here. It's all looking a little bit interesting. You know, now the weight of that one round is really going to start to matter for Titan, because they could have probably won the game by now if they had won that faded round of the first half. So you got to wonder if they have sort of the strength to just pull on through here. They're only 3 rounds away, and they've got the money advantage at least. They've got more than Fnatic do.
Oh, double nade into Alley? That looks like what happened there. Hell, they took a lot of damage, and this is it. Existence.
He spotted the shadow.
I mean, he's still so close, and Olofmeister fails to take him out as well. Crims takes out Shox, though, and Scream down to 8 HP, so this is still feasible here for Fnatic, but they're so very low on HP themselves. This isn't going to get any easier here.
Molotov down. It's going to force Pronax forward. Flusher spray, long range there. And diagonal length across the courtyard. Not going to work out. It will be Pronax left. 1 versus 4. Has an easy kill on RPK. Clicks him away. But then he's kind of out of information. There's no clue where anybody else is holding here. And taking a bit of damage. Got the knife out against Scream. And that's going to get him killed. 14-13. No bomb plant. Not a lot of money either. And a bit of a tough position here for the Swedish team. It's almost happening, Semler. We're so close now.
They're reliving what happened to them versus VP. 16-12 on VP against VP. Fnatic, at least they get one more round, but they're not really well placed to take this.
This forward position either here or back here. Carrigan is such a big fan of playing that one as well. I feel like maybe Existence has been watching a couple of demos like, oh, this works out pretty well.
Mind, Anders. You know, have you noticed this? That Olofmeister's usual positions, Cobblestone Plateau, I mean, Train right there. Kerrigan usually plays those as well. Yeah. Or at least, you know, gets really good at imitating Olofmeister, if anything.
Oh, Smiths, he gets the kill, but now he's trapped in this corner. Grenade on through. It's going to be dropping him, so a bit of a shame again. Almost like an all-in position, you know. You either get 2 kills and then that's it, you're safe, or you don't. Existence, though, look at this lurk going on here. It's just dangerous for Fnatic if he finds out that nobody's down here.
Surprised that they decided to go so fast to take the fire damage as well. Not sure if there was the rush or if it warranted the rush. I think that's kind of an indicator of...
Oh. Bit of a swap out. Oh, there we go. The monitor's back. Sorry about that, guys.
Hi, guys.
It's a new keyboard and everything, you know. Makes life tough. We are back in the game, though. Didn't miss anything. They're still setting up. Actually, the timing is almost perfect here. RPK picking up a couple of kills there before he goes down, and Scream to follow up on it. So now it's all on Olofmeister here. And this might actually be almost the last chance for Fnatic to stop Titan from walking away with a victory here on Train. So 1 versus 2, 18 seconds. He is seriously going to run back to the bomb site. That is dangerous.
It's time for the big plays, man. 10 seconds. He can't stop. He's going with the Tech 9. He's just hoping for the run and gun, but Existence is so close. And Existence just going to jump up onto the train, but Olofmeister knows now. Here's the steps as well, looking for the shot. And Existence, he waits for the teammate, and somehow he doesn't hit the shot, Olofmeister. Existence was so close that pretty much that Olofmeister was dead regardless.
That was dangerous.
That was really close.
It looked like it was about to happen there. Maybe if he could have got that first kill, if Existence had overextended that fight, it would have been a scary 1 versus 1 for Scream, but works out for Titan. They get their 15th round, and now Fnatic, and they've got to somehow come back in this game. They can buy AKs on everybody, so the bomb plant was actually hugely important there. Otherwise, things could have got very tough indeed. Well, see where we're going to head off to here. Right now, it's 4 AKs, 1 Galil currently. Grenade on in, see if they could do a little bit of damage. Not really connecting too much, and Fnatic have got a bit of a spread going on, including 3 people down on Ivy. And they are going to win that initial fight. Shock somehow managing to hit all the way between them. Existence, or sorry, Smith here, with the auto sniper, not really connecting either.
No, this is Smith's. This is his usual bravado. Like, how many rounds left? Let's go ahead and buy a Scar 20. Have I bought one yet? No, but that's fine. And they're into a 3-on-3, but Smith's is very low on HP, so it's going to come down to RPK now. And he finds he finds the battle with Pronax, wins it flat out. Bomb gets planted in the meantime, though, and that's for the B site. So now here's where it gets tricky. JW and Flusha, they've established a crossfire on Link, and all 3 players for Titan are about to come through here.
Oh, Flush, a nice opening frag. JW also walking up behind them. This looks like it might be Fnatic's round. He does reveal his position, and they finally realize, and he goes down. Flusher goes down. How do they give up that great crossfire? I have no idea. RPK going to pick up that kill. Seems like maybe Fnatic could have really done a better job afterwards, but it will be Titan picking up this win, and a much-needed one, I would say, for the French-Belgium team here. Wow, 16-13.
Yeah, such... I mean, Fnatic are still clear, they're still clearly lacking the confidence right now. Like, whatever it is that's not there I'm wondering if it's if it's like a combination between the fact that it's Existence versus Pronax, and Pronax has always struggled with that mental battle versus Existence, and then you have the fact that they just don't have the confidence right now, Fnatic, to be able to win these kinds of clutches. Those kinds, like, we had several rounds there where it's like 1v2s, 2v2s, where I think like anybody in their right mind would be like, all my money on Fnatic, and yet Fnatic are losing those rounds that they used to win every time.
Well, I mean, it's almost major time. Now is not the time to be lacking confidence.
Well, perhaps that's it. Perhaps it's like time to change things up. You know, if we're going to lack confidence, we better lack it now before we get into the major.
Maybe they're feigning it. They're boxing left-handed at the moment, and then when it comes to the major, they're like,
exactly. You know, they're just making it difficult to predict.
Yeah.
You know, they're lulling again. They're lulling their opponents into a false sense of security here.
It could be. Maybe that's going to be it. Look, guys, we do obviously have 3 more games coming up for you this evening, and they are really good ones. I think Titan are taking on TSM next, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, from one really tough battle into maybe at this point in time, maybe even a tougher battle, it could be.
If Scream hits headshots like that, anything's possible, man. He's just dominated Fnatic. What was it, 11-2 his scoreline at the beginning of the first half?
Something like that.
You know, that's not too shabby versus some of the best aimers in the world. But TSM right now, I mean, you're talking Device, you're talking Zipnix right now, who's just doing massive work for that team.
Absolutely true.
It's going to be sick.
If you guys have missed anything either from this, which is the 4th week here at the Pro League, or from some of the earlier weeks, then definitely go and check out the Score Esports. Also, download the application on your iOS or Android device, and you can be kept up to date with what's happening. If you missed some of the games, you can check it out. What the score was, obviously, and also different articles on all kind of cool things. So definitely go and check it out if you haven't done it already. that's pretty much it. So we're going to have a bit of a break here, just a couple of minutes before we move on to the next game. So stay with us. It's going to be Titan and TSM coming up next.
Hello and welcome back to the show. Game 2 is going to be Fnatic versus NIP. It's the first of Fnatic's 3 games today, all of which are on cobblers. Dan.
Problem is, for NIP rather, is the last time they played Fnatic here, they got 16-1. That was Gfinity. And generally speaking, they've been showing a lack of, I guess, direct aptitudes because everyone's picking it against them. So it's not obviously for no reason. They've been having struggles on it, of course. And, you know, we highlighted Get Right and, you know, what he can bring to the table. And of course, we're going to have to see something crazy, you know, from him today for them to do better than what you would normally expect statistically. And of course, you can see Fnatic have a pretty strong percentage. I could even see that being even higher than it is now, specifically for this map.
Really?
And of the last games that Fnatic have played against NIP, they've won 6 of the last 9. So they've generally got a much better record right now.
They've got their number, Dan.
Yeah, they definitely have. I think that's safe to say. And I mean, there's so many things to talk about for Fnatic, like why they're good on this map.
Well, we are the part of that 23% on Unicorn, Dan.
Ah, God.
Well, I guess with Unicorn, it's not the same as CSGO Lounge.
It's
not the same as CSGO Lounge. They're
money.
just odds. And we've gone for the dog here. But CSGO Lounge, obviously, it's percentage of skins. So, obviously, we could wax lyrical about how amazing Fnatic are on Cobble. They're just actually super entertaining to watch because of the smorgasbord of weaponry that you might see. And we're not talking force buyers. We're talking we will do what we want because we are Fnatic.
I mean, so some people have been critical. Like I saw, I think in one of the episodes of Bun Numbers again, Thorin, making a Thorin reference. He said something I kind of disagreed with because, well, he basically highlighted JW and said that he was like he's kind of been on a bit of a slump in the last months, and you know it's not because you know there was a period of time where he was like super godlike, but right now he thinks he's been in a bit of a slump, but he used the example of JW like buying Sworn-offs and stuff. And I actually disagree. I think maybe you can make the argument that he's in a slump, but I don't agree with his reasoning. I think you know that the Sworn-off actually has a legit.
Well, what did he say about the Sworn-off?
Well, he just essentially said that JW is not good enough of a rifler to have enough to bring enough value with a rifle that you'd more want him playing as like a shotgun. It's more or less the argument that he used. And at least in this specific isolated scenario, the Sworn-off is actually really amazing in the drop zone, right? And the engagements there needs to be CTs playing drop zone because if there isn't, then well, it's gonna be pretty easy for the Ts, right? So there has to be CTs either within the drop zone or just outside of the choke points. So you're getting the close range Sworn-off engagements. And if you win those, which you're very favorable to do with the Sworn-off, and you're running all the time, you're trying to breach through choke points, you can be running, then essentially if you win those engagements, you get a rifle.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, and you get loads of money as well.
Yeah.
So it's like if you get into drop zone of a Sworn-off, that is insanely dangerous.
I think the theory is legit for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that situation.
Because there are so many tight choke points there that you're favorable. You just
Yeah.
need to fire your gun once and aim for the chest.
Yeah.
The chest is bigger than the head. Compared to the CTs have to hit you twice with an M4, presumably, and hit you in the head twice. Well, hit you in the head once at least. You know, there's a lot of situations where it's a lot, and obviously because it's a Sworn-off, the spread is larger, so you can really hit them with the meat shots. You can also, Dan, peek drop zone with a negative.
I guess you could do that, but it's pretty expensive.
I was doing that yesterday actually. It was fun. Must be really annoying to be on the receiving end of. You can actually pick it with an AWP as well, although you know those two ways are very high risk.
That's something that JW would do.
Yes, absolutely.
He often does. It often feels like when you watch JW, it's like, does he realize that he's not actually holding an AWP right now? Like he's not actually holding like a shotgun or a rifle right now because he's always playing like he's playing with a rifle or a shotgun, but with an AWP, which is like kind of like part of the special reason about him. Like he's such a I think in a video I did on him a long time ago, I described him as like the wild card for the team. Like because everybody else is so solid behind him. You got Crims again. People have always been making the case that he's one of the most efficient players in the world. You can rely on him.
Slept on as much as the credit he gets. Like I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he is.
He's really good. He's so reliable.
It's because he doesn't do interviews, I reckon. That's why you don't really see so much of his personality, but he's awesome.
And then you got Olaf Meister. Olaf Meister's pretty damn good as well, obviously. Heralded recently as the best player as well, but not currently necessarily. Dipped down in the results a little bit inconsistent lately. Then you've got, of course, Pronax. Pronax is actually really good for an in-game leader. Like he's a very skilled player, and he's able to make the frags happen. He's pretty consistent too. So you have this like backing of reliability on the team. So Well, you can't expect anything, in my opinion, other than a wipeout here.
I
Fnatic.
just remembered, Dan, that after earlier saying that I don't really care who about serious conversations about who the one best player in the world is. I've recently been calling Flusher possibly the best player in the world, which is amazing.
He's so sick, yeah.
Yeah, but
He's
yeah,
so sick.
I do like watching Flusher play as well. So we're expecting a Fnatic victory, but we must mention that Flusher, for example, has been venting some frustration on social media, saying we're playing crap at the moment, and they're not winning everything. They're making some semi-finals and things.
In some situations, even took over in-game leadership recently. Like in some situations, I can't remember which instance it was, but that's like interesting within that context, because that's almost, if he's expressing frustration, maybe it's like, let me take the reins. I'm not satisfied with this, potentially, because he has done some in-game leading in the past when Pronax was a little bit tired of it. So the nature of him taking over in that sense was different. It's like, let's experiment with this, and so he's taken the ropes, and he obviously, I think they won that tournament, whichever one it was ages ago, and so yeah. There's precedence for him being a good in-game leader for them. Maybe it's a point of contention now at this point.
Okay, well,
Probably not though.
it is time for the pistol. Funnily enough, look at that. An IP in stage 2 with 100% consistency in the pistols, but Crims was the best player, soon followed by Olaf, and then Edward Flush is in there as well, number 3. So let's have a butchers at what is going down here. Many people headed, well, Fnatic made some noise towards B, but are instantly moving towards the drop zone, it seems. With 3 people. The bomb carrier Pronax has both flashes as well, so he could easily throw a Blade-esque pop flash in. And it seems it is going to be a fast push here, but Alu has made his way all over the map for a massive flank here.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting now as we have a 3-on-3 on our hands. The Bombers deciding to rotate back around as JW's got that forward position, that drop zone area. That's so cool because that's going to completely obscure what Fnatic are doing. Forrest will go in for a look, and JW will kill him as well. So it's just Exist left, and there's no clue exactly what's going on in this situation. He's going to take down JW, and seeing him come from that angle, he can likely presume exactly what's happening. He'll pick up a kit along the way, but this will be a tough position for him. He can maybe find a quick headshot that will make all the difference, but being duped completely.
Is he going to get knifed?
No idea. Flusher comes in. Oh yes.
Well, that's got to be a bit of a confidence booster for Fnatic. Is it a sign of things to come?
It's almost like Flusher has the rarest knife in the professional scene because he doesn't even have a knife skin.
Oh, does he not?
No.
I wasn't even paying attention.
I didn't see a knife skin.
I'm wondering if those are the shadow daggers that we gave away the other day. Who knows? I think someone gave them to him. But anyway, NIP on the CT side with a force buy. Got a 2-man hold. The third person for support if needed towards the drop where there are 4 Fnatic players heading.
We should look at JW then, if that's all off. We're talking about it. It's time, James, for it to come. Fruition. It's a beautiful fruition. Hey, James, not much is happening right now.
You can reload and fire it when necessary as well, which is always good. Get right doing what he can, but it's not going to be much. Ali with the 1 dig. Bomb's being taken down. There's only a man advantage here for Fnatic at the moment, and Forrest picks up the flank was so important there from Olafmeister. Otherwise, that round could have been NIP's because, again, that is a very dangerous weapon.
Yeah, instead of 3-on-1, could have been a 2-on-2. Pretty big difference indeed. 2-0 though, and Fnatic will survive with 3 players. So that's fantastic, isn't it? For them at least. NIP off to a poor start on their CT side. Now in a position like this, you're just really concerning yourself with getting the damage in. NIP, I mean, they've played Fnatic on this map before, so they have an idea of what to expect. The problem is that Fnatic have had such good chemistry in their team between the roles, so we can expect Olafmeister to win those annoying battles on beat plat, to find edges for Fnatic in that way. Then they have good calling, they can abuse the fact that they're a man up, they can mess up the rotation. JW can push into drop, cut players off, isolate CTs here and there. Like they can find all kinds of ways to mess with NIP. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how NIP have taken those last results on Cobble and looked at them. Because James, they got a lot of Cobbles to play. They better have something to show for
Yeah, indeed. And again, we need to try and watch the trends, if any, that we see on the NIP side here, and see how they develop over the 3 cobble games that they have tonight. Cobblers.
I'm hoping that they've done the developing already, so that they can win some cobble games. Because otherwise it's going to be a bad season for NIP.
Speaking of cobblers, Dan, are we going to a shoe shop tomorrow?
Sure.
Great. 3-0 for Fnatic. NIP are going to be coming out with the buy now. Will we see an AWP? I don't think there'd be armor if we would. Just the 5 M4A4s, which I find super interesting actually, especially on this map, because there are some situations where we can get some long ranges with a silenced M4, which could net you 2 frags due to the silenced nature of them, but no. All going for the M4A4s here. And this is what we're talking about. JW peeking the drop zone with an AWP, but a bit too forward maybe. I think there are only certain angles where it's reasonable to, but he was basically rushing with it, which, anyway. We'll come back to that when there's more time. NIP are not going to rest on their laurels. Get right being boosted, and he will find a flank onto these opponents. They are all on the platform area. The flash is coming in for a team as well. Very calm spray there. And he can just be the distraction for his team. As the notice spare in the back finally will take him down. So just a quick note on the AWP there. Like, if you're going to peek the drop zone with the AWP, the easier angles are the first angles you see towards the B bomb side, essentially. If you're having to look below you and to the right, it's a lot more awkward, bearing in mind you don't have the advantages of the spread of a sawn-off. In fact, it's literally the opposite with the AWP. So it is very, very difficult indeed to pick those kind of angles of it. But as an initial peek for the player, if someone's playing towards B, then that's definitely viable.
So big push coming in from Fnatic on B plats. There's a lot of baiting of the grenades, and once again, as expected, Olofmeister is the guy that goes first. And that kind of obscures it as well, because you know that they can be Olofmeister there, but you never know how many people are actually behind him. In this case, they've seen a lot of grenades of NIP, and Olofmeister's dug himself in, but good presence of mind from Exist to know exactly where Olofmeister could be. Despite smoke, he's compensating, but it doesn't matter. Get right there with a double, though. That will help matters severely. But NIP, they need to trust in Alu. He's got himself an M4, and Forest as well, he's on the rotation. Alu needs to make sure that he can delay the plant though. He's got to play by himself. Straight away, he finds a quick approach, and that's Forest coming in from the side, takes down Flusher, and it's all on JW. He's got 40 HP, finds the first kill, but Forest closes down the round. Good result from him, and that double from Get Right, that set the pace for NIP on that comeback in this round. And that is a situation now that they've forced onto Fnatic where they can't really buy. They might have a few pistols, but they can't really throw in a full buy here.
Okay, so Forest is going to be AWPing on the CT side here, at least for now, for NIP. Just Flusher with Kevlar. There's a good shot from Forest so far. JW gets taken down before he can do any more damage. Exit finds himself another 1 versus 1, and his teammate's going to come in just in time as he faces with a P2000. Only 1 play loss for NIP here. They will not be complaining.
Yeah, I mean, the buy comes in from Fnatic now, and they've got so much work to do to start to wear away the economy of NIP that they've been building thanks to that eco round that Fnatic just threw at them. Now, we only see 1 Molotov, and again, it's kind of important that Olofmeister is always going B plat just because of the sake that, okay, you don't know what's going on behind that. But Fnatic, they have a play here, a specific play. They've got 3 players pushing into the A-long area, and Olofmeister is towards B-side now. Ali with a nice defense though, 2 kills for him. That's going to give NIP some breathing room, as now Fnatic are down to 2 players. Olofmeister doing what Olofmeister does and picking up a kill on the flank. He's got the control of the bomb as well. So despite being a 2 versus 3, Fnatic between Olofmeister and Flusher can find a good play here to split up NIP and successfully plant the bomb. But winning the round is still going to be quite a tricky position for them.
The Lurker and the Olofmeister left. It's like the worst 2 you could pick if you're NIP when you have 3 men and 2 bomb sites to defend and a very dangerous drop zone where you can easily be flanked. So to force them to spread out, there will be no trading from these CTs. The only thing in their favour is that the Ts are headed towards B, and Exist can provide an angle, as you can see here, so crossfire can be possible.
It's pretty important that Freiberg doesn't show too much of himself, because he essentially wants to just pop out when the bomb is planting, essentially. He wants to keep his position hidden. and allow them to come into the bomb site.
Oh, Exist is moving away just at the wrong time, and Freiburg has now, unbeknownst to him, been completely isolated again. As Dan said, hasn't announced his position just yet. Spotted one player, got to go for a spray, but completely missed there. Olaf Meiss going to take him down. Should have been a free kill, but maybe just a bit too quick on the trigger there. So that's going to be the round, maybe for Fnatic. Just Forest left versus 2 now.
Here goes Forrest, that's a nice nade, but 2 players left, and he's going at it with the AWP, misses the first shot. That's not going to cut it this time around, and Fnatic will win the round with Olaf and flusha in the end. And, well, Freiburg had a big job to do in that position. It was, of course, a lot of timing. He needed some fortune to go his way, but just couldn't hit that shot when he was pressed. And now it's a good situation again for Fnatic. Actually, it's JW who's got 11 kills, so he's really topping the scoreboard at the moment for Fnatic, and he's picked up the AWP, so we might see some of those drop zone AWP entries that I think you mentioned previously. He is towards the drop zone at the moment.
That kind of situation where if Freiburg had a silenced M4, even if he misses the first shot, he probably gets the kill there. Just something we mentioned earlier. On a map like this, those changes can be significant for the CT side. Exist, you can see, is boosted behind the tree. That will allow him to be shielded from a lot of flashbangs coming in that direction. Although, for now, it seems like any flashbangs will be part of a fake here, as the bomb is towards A long. I'm not sure if it's even being watched at the moment. We'll see. Ali might have an angle. He's looking in the underpass. He's got a teammate with him, but he's maybe too advanced to see it. Ali now going to have his focus there as Crims gets taken down by Forest in the underpass.
Alright, so with that removal of Crims, maybe there is hope in this round for NIP after all, and it exists with the tree position. He's going to find himself an Olaf. So Fnatic now down to the A players as they push in. And Forrest gets spotted, but he now turns around and gets snapped down by Pronax. And Ali will take down JW as well. So it's all on flusha and Pronax as they push down long really fast. And Ali's going to reposition himself a good spot here behind the APC. The bomb is down, and it's Exist and Freiburg, the 1-2 punch to take down the bomb and win the round for NIP. So they bounce back straight away. Fnatic, they won one, and then boom, NIP, they turn the table straight away, and there's a double AWP for them too. So they're already mixing things up. Forest and Alu scoring those AWPs, and it's interesting right now because that could be a problem because they're going up against just pistols.
Apparently, well, come back to it later. Yeah, of course, when there are double AWPs, things can get a little bit tricky. Although they have a potential of a 2-man engagement here from Freiburg and Exist, so they are well positioned, but a lot of it's going to come down to if Get Right can hold the drop zone area. And again, you can see Exist avoiding those flashbangs by using the tree. There's one down. Freiburg's in for support as well. He could get multiple sprays here, only gets one. Exist coming in to get more. Get Right comes from the drop zone to get the final 2. That is a good hold from NIP, and Fnatic won't get anywhere close to the bomb site. So apparently Exist and Khan have I think they might have played Counter-Strike in Iran before, which I don't know. You never know if Exist is trolling or not. You can see his alternate name is Hassan, and he's called his knife Hassan as well. There are conversations to be had, Dan. I will report to you more on this later. Crims now coming in with a sawn off.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Again, JW pretty much popularized the sawn off usage and its utility on the drop zone play. So it's good to see that other players pick it up as well. Kraken as well. Sawn off, Kraken. Exist will take down Olaf again though, so Exist has really been on top of his one-on-ones against Olaf Meister. Olaf Meister's job there is to not just get kills, but try to bait out nades to try to outmaneuver the CTs. He's been getting wrecked so far, so that's been a problem for Fnatic. NIP now in with another kill thanks to Alu, and it does seem like NIP are predicting the movement patterns of Fnatic quite well and responding with connecting those shots. Exist being very key amongst those players of NIP, and now comes in the last-ditch attempt, pushing up CT mid. It's going to work out as flusha is going to take Forest down, and that's a push onto the site, and they've outpositioned the CTs as well. They need those smokes down. There's only one on Crims. He's still holding on to it. Alu will miss the shot there. This is going to get close now. Freiburg goes in. He's got to deal some damage behind the APC. 2 players left. Misses the first spray. Gets taken down. And now it's a 2-on-2 out of nowhere. flusha comes in with 3 massive kills. And now it's all on Exist as he looks for this retake. But flusha is on that ace if he gets that kill onto Exist. And here he comes. He might just spot the head tapping away. Exist will vanish once again to find another engagement. He still doesn't know where Pronax is. That's another big problem for him to deal with. flusha completely repositioning as well. That bomb is not going to last much longer. Exists up onto the bomb site, goes to the spray, finds Flusher. Just Pronax left now as he goes for the fake, but there's too much time gone, and Pronax will win the round there for Fnatic. Oh, what a stressful situation. But Flusher, this guy is godlike.
Flusher just came in there like the A-team, the van bursting through the doors, and then everybody suddenly got eliminated in the blink of an eye. Very nice individual play by him, and team play to finish things off. So you can see NIP now on the force buy. It was unfortunate for them. There was a lot of small things that could have gone their way. Force got caught in no man's land with the AWP. Get Right was holding a very nice angle actually in by that event, then moved out the way to allow Alu to pick up the angle, but the T's were advanced before he could get into position. Lots of small micro situations where one change and who knows what happens in the rest of the round, but it's Fnatic evening things up here.
Yeah, Sornoff back into the hands of the OG JW.
Let's not forget how he used to use the Mag 7 on the CT side of Nuke as well when he was playing Squeaky.
Yeah.
Always had an affinity for these shotties.
Yeah,
Man after my own heart.
Swag was a guy that did that position very well as well, back before the backening. Anyway, we'll have to see if Fnatic can bounce back at the moment. They can still salvage a strong first half if they get a good result here. And IP, they don't have much money as we can see that buy, but in comes push. Great timing there from Freiburg. Good team play coming in from NIP, but he doesn't get more than a single kill. 4 versus 4 as the JW shoddy is working its way in. Crims finds some stuff that snap on to exist finally, and that is all she wrote. Just Forest is left over, and that was a beautiful team execution from Fnatic. Wasn't a lot of grenades, but the timings that they moved together was fantastic.
Nipper just losing the jewels at the moment. Jewels are being lost and the rounds are slipping away. Again, that was a force buy from them, so we can expect them to have a desecrated economy for this round, and indeed Freiburg's got a bit of money in the bank, but other than that there is nothing going on here for NIP, so we can expect a victory here for Fnatic. JW going to have Yorp once again, as opposed to the Sornoff. 4 people over towards the A side for Fnatic, headed towards long. Suppose in this kind of situation it is a very manageable route to an open bomb site, maybe expecting it to have a stack towards B. But they've got all the guns there in case a trade is needed. Olaf Meister just holding off, making sure no pushes are coming through B, no boosts from the drop, etc. No information really for NIP to play with, but they're about to get a lot of information.
Ooh, first kill from Crims. There's more bloodshed to follow. Alu looks to peer over from the balcony. So again, a good anti-eco coming in from Fnatic. You know, I'm usually not a massive fan of anti-ecos towards A, because it's more angle to deal with. I think there is more variables that can go wrong. But hey, Fnatic showed a good execution of it this time around. Obviously, you know, NIP weren't in position to try to make it, you know, particularly problematic. But that's part of it as well, you know. It's hard for the CTs to actually find out which anti-eco you're using. So, you know, if let's say they want to find out if you're doing an anti-eco on B, well then they have to push B, and you're pretty much going to die in that situation. You kind of want to keep the numbers advantage. And the same thing with A, like it's the same situation. You kind of you assume that it should more of the time be a B anti-eco strategy. But what if it's A? Like, it's just a catch-22 situation. So it's good as a tease to sometimes mix in the secondary anti-eco round just to keep the obscurity there again for the CTs.
So the buy coming out for NIP once more. Freiburg's going to be the diffuse man. You can see the lack of nades on their side. They don't have as much as I'm sure they would like to. Ooh. Ali's taking a lot of damage straight away, and again we've got Jules coming in and they're being lost by NIP. The trade game is being played very well by the T's in this round, and 4 versus 2 in a matter of seconds. Just unable to get those final connections, just get right. JW to save his teammate and take him down, but Freiburg is headed towards the side. Look at Crimson JW actually, they are basically a bullet away from dying here. So there is an opportunity for Freiburg. As this smoke disappears, he may find JW out of position. We will see what he chooses to do. Again, it's almost an insurmountable task, and he might be playing for exits here. So close is he? Does he have an inkling as to where he is, or is he just guessing? He's guessing indeed, but he's making good guesses. Frybag not giving it away. Flusher jumping around the corner. Bullets to the face. What else is there to say?
Yeah, I mean, that was brutal. I mean, it's completely brutal. They just went with the fast A play, and it just completely crushed NIP's defense. The round was pretty much over at that point. And Olafmeister, the danger of him, he was there in drop zone. He basically wasn't doing anything. I mean, of course, you know, he was there so that he can play Lurker or catch rotation, but it just wasn't even necessary in that round. So pretty strong showing from Fnatic, and Olafmeister is fast on B plat, working his thing as well, just getting some info. So we're actually going to see now the anti-eco pushing its way towards B. So this time we will see Fnatic putting the delay in. So again, the CTs can't know because of the delay if it's going to be A or B, but now you know we can see because we have the overview that Fnatic are going for that B anti-eco strategy.
Okay, well, Frybag playing up close is going to be the sacrificial lamb. Exists, gets a 1D, but that's going to be his lot. Get right on a bit of tagging actually. Pronax will need 2 hits. He can do 66 in 1 actually with a deagle, but that would be very lucky. So plants going down, numbers being thinned, Alu coming in with a 5-7, and now this is interesting. Pronax and Crims both quite tagged, and there goes Crims. Alu behind the rock versus an AWP, and now it's just the AWP. JW though has got the jump on him, but Alu's looking in the right angle. He's tagged JW as well. 10-second defuse might be a bit too much to ask for. JW looking for the information, but he can't. Alu can't see him because of all the dirt from the HE. Finally, this round will come to a close. Great damage done by NIP, but still not enough. Going into the last round, Fnatic won't have any issue finding the buys, so those frags are basically irrelevant, save for the small money bonus for the unit players.
I do think it's really cool as well on the top level, just how you have like a player like Olaf, because you'd never know what's behind him. He's going to go that same place every time.
Dan, look at this buy. Look at this buy from NIP. They've gone for an auto sniper, an AUG, and 2 AWPs. So definitely going to take Fnatic by surprise, but is it going to be effective? They've just gone for 4 scopes basically. Frybag going for that bigger armor penetration as well.
Unfortunately, it's much worse than the Krieg, which I think should be actually remedied to an extent. But anyway, I guess the CTs do get an extra gun in that sense, rifle-wise. The 2 M4s and the AUG, but looks like Forrest is going to find himself the kill into Flusher. Flusher's playing Lurk this round, but they might not know that just yet. It's hard, again, for the CTs to get that info. Olafmeister, again, he's going to go down here, but he does it every single round. Still, they can't know for sure, so they're playing static, but they're getting the kill. So at this point, it doesn't even matter. Crims finally gets a return on to exist. In goes Frybag with the AUG. It's Alu to claim the kill, though, as Frybag comes up short and will go down, but it's 9-6 Fnatic. They look like they're going into a strong second half at the moment. But it wasn't too bad from NIP. If you consider that the last time they encountered Fnatic on Cobble, they got 16 ones, it's definitely an improvement.
I was thinking exactly that, Dan.
Exist played really well. I think you gotta hand it to Exist playing the tree position and just getting the better of Olafmeister and eliminating him from so many rounds.
Right, well, now it's Ninjas in Pyjamas' opportunity to shine. You might say the CT side is the less favoured side on Cobble. So with 6 rounds on the board, we'll see what they can do. But first, they need to win the pistol. That's a good start. Alu going to shoot Olafmeister, jumping past him, leave him a postcard in the face. Man advantage for the NIP side. Now make that 2. Alu just looking for yet more aggression. Doesn't realise he's being shot. He can hear those bullets whistling past. Finally realises, but he'll move to chase down Crims. But can he get the frag? Indeed he can. Alu is just wrecking people here. 3-man for him so far. Looking for the 4th. Sees the barrel of the gun, but Forrest will finish things off.
They're not out of the woods yet, though. I mean, they need to close this round because it's very likely going to be a force from Fnatic. We tend to see that a lot from the really highly skilled players. Yeah, exactly. They're going to go for it. You can make it, I think, from a theoretical standpoint, you can make a strong argument as to on maps like this where you need a lot of grenades in your buy rounds as a CTs that it sucks to do this. But when you have players that are this good, it kind of breaks the theory a little bit. So you want to get those edges out of the pistols and pressure the economy of your opponents. So let's see if they'll pick anything up here. Olafmeister, he's going to go down straight away. We're going to get this push, this anti-eco coming in from NIP on this B-plat area. Get right working, the Sawn off there towards drop, but he goes down. Crims is going to take him out. So it's not going too badly for Fnatic just yet.
This nade not going to be bad at all. But look at the angles Fnatic are holding towards the B bomb site. The entire team is here, and have NIP got the guts to go for the full rotate here? We've got Alu coming in with the flank, just holding an angle on the door. He will hear Flusher reloading that pistol, but his team needs to move fast, and they can't afford to have Exist staying towards the B bomb site anymore because he's the man with the AK here. And they definitely don't want Fnatic getting hold of that. So Flusher has made his way onto the sites anyway. Freiberg heavily tagged, but he will he will find the frag. Needs to get that bomb down fast. Alu coming in to take down Pronax, leaving only Crims with an AK. I say only, but now he's in a 2 versus 1 with Freiberg on 20 HP. Is he going to opt to save? Headed towards B, so it looks like that's the case.
Yeah, the save is really good here. I mean, if we consider this situation, again, like I think in a spot like this, you could get really nerdy, and you could. I mean, if you know what we miss actually in this game is that I remember in StarCraft, I remember the Team Liquid community in particular. They had so many math nerds from like just crunching loads of numbers, of course, on all the builds and all this kind of stuff, which is really cool. But and in this game, everything's a bit more ambiguous, so it's like harder to actually even do that. But it would be cool to have more in the way of numbers, because you could try to say, okay, what is the potential impact of damage with the AK that when it's saved versus the very, very small percentage chance that he wins the round. And I think that they did enough damage there. I think the more consistent play is the save, because they did loads of damage there.
Yep.
So
they did indeed. The aggression continues from NIP. It's going to be Crims versus the World. He's got Kevlar, a smoke, and an AK-47. And you can see NIP still on the anti-eco buy, so looking for that moving accuracy, looking to just run and gun here versus the Fnatic side. Starting things off with JW getting a bit of a tag onto Forest. And Crims with the AK has now announced himself. Forest on the site, got to be careful that he doesn't get traded here, but what will his team do meanwhile? Now they know that Crims is on the A site. Well, everyone's dead there, so never mind.
I mean, yeah, they did a good job. They got 3 kills and then 2 kills. So that's a lot of money that's gone from NIP now. And hey, there was a lot of potential for even more damage. So okay, sure, they get a good buy here as well, because JW goes for that Mag 7. You talked about this before. He's able to get full nades. So they have full smokes. They actually have enough nades because they were able to spread the kills as well. So they got money in that sense. So here we go, NIP with a fast pace here into the B platform. Again, fast pace can be a good way to throw off the opponents. But JW in with a JW in with a JW in with a JW in with a
So Flusher gets Freiberg again. NIP are on the eco here with a man disadvantage.
Yep, it's pretty sad times to not have any weapons to play with. But also the expectation is low in that situation, so that can be fun sometimes. Anyway, Fnatic with that 10-9. It's a pretty close game at this point. Oh my god, we get a knife. A knife. I'm just going to find that backstab assist. So clean up here coming in from Fnatic. They're looking pretty damn good, especially after the knife from Crims. He'll die, but I'm sure he feels like that was worth it.
Yeah, so I feel like the abandonment. I feel like the abandonment of the M4A4s is not. I don't think all the factors have been considered here. Like you saw that 3-man at least from Olaf Meister on that flank, and that shows on a map like this again. I think it's really important, depending on how you want to play, to use them on the CT side to some degree, at least depending on your position or whatever. And you saw the power of it. That absolutely crushing performance there from Olaf Meister.
So, bit split up our Fnatic on their A setup at the moment. Olaf Meister's kind of alone here. He's going to be jumping straight in. He does get flashed in by a teammate, but the flash wasn't good, and it's only a 1-for-1. It's not really going to work out too well in Fnatic's favor. We've got a fast push coming in from Forest, straight on to Pronax, and Flusher is going to hold down mid a little bit. So he spotted the bomb. In fact, it's even been dropped at this point, so Fnatic know what's going on, and Forest can't get it done by the balcony. NIP struggling to try to convert here, but get right in with the P90. He's going to swing things back in the favor of NIP slightly, but he's still on that P90. It might be a problem because they're going to be playing B with that bomb, and the ranges aren't so favorable on the P90. So Fnatic will work this out eventually, and they have 2 kits as well, so it's going to be Flusher and Crims to try to clutch.
So Flusher, you know where he is now, but where is the other player? Where is Crims? That is the question. Crims is coming in from the same direction, in fact. But you have to expect that NIP will stretch their eyes over multiple directions. Ooh, Get Right's playing very close indeed. Crims is a bit lucky, but did they even realize that it's not the same person? Who knows? Sieg's is still angle. Oh, and there it is. They don't realize that both players are coming from the same direction, and they're going to pay for it. Both players getting taken down with no trades here. Unfortunate for NIP. But that's the power of sometimes going for a retake from the same direction as opposed to always coming in from other angles. Is that if the opponents don't detect it, then they're going to be focusing in numerous directions, and then you can get a kill such as the one to Get Right there when he's looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this is a specific spots where that really works, like that one. But Tech9, well, away. Fast A push though from them as they rush up through the connector stairs into A-Long, wrapping back around to see if they can find JW. He's actually on the AWP. It's kind of the worst weapon you'd want in this situation, but JW always seems to find a way in spots like they're all waiting for him. He doesn't necessarily realize this. He might think that he's actually okay. And we have the CTs responding now. They're trying to spend so much time to kill JW here that they're giving Fnatic all the time in the world to find their way back into position to crush this push. And that's exactly what seems to be happening. Although they do kill JW and then pick up his AWP.
And an M4 as well onto Forest. But it's that AWP, I think, which is going to be the game changer here. If they can get Alu quick on the trigger, he only will require 1 shot. Bit of fact finding here from NIP, throwing the bomb onto Alu. He'll hold an angle while they will try to figure out what is what.
I don't know what Laskit means. Or I think that would be maybe Lakit. I think it's the SK is a huh sound. I'm not sure. Swedish is weird.
Thank you for that, Dan.
Yeah. Here they go though. Ooh, Crims. Timing kill there from Forest. And in NIPR, into the A-bomb site. Just Flusher to contend with. I'm sure that's no small feat. And he is going to get the first frag. They can't afford to be slowed down here, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Alu, it's not really got time to play with here with Pronax trying to delay him, but he will get the bomb planted. Pronax playing it safe in case the fake came in, but Alu played it safe. And here's the 1-on-1 there. Shot straight to the dome. Pronax goes down. That was a weird round, James. That was incredibly weird. What the hell happened? They're like standing around JW and like dancing around him in like a...
He was there for so long. I wasn't even sure where he was when I thought, surely...
He was there for 17 seconds at least.
I thought he was standing in the arch. And I thought, well, the smoke's going to fade and then he's going to be standing in the arch.
Yeah.
With an AWP on his back and a pistol out. This should be interesting, but hey, it's just JW things.
Yeah, because he could have actually got away there, which was kind of funny.
Well, look at this. It looks like NIP are headed towards the B site for some early aggression, but not committed. That said, the bomb is leading the charge here. Now other players are following up. We've gotten so many nades coming in, counter flashes, absolute mayhem. And we've spoken about that in previous casts. The Molotov onto the tree position. So you can see NIP have done their homework here.
Yeah, that's really encouraging considering how many cobbles they have to play. JW there behind the smoke. Oh, actually, Freiburg with the save.
180
JW
no scope.
Won't get anything done. But in comes Olofmeister. Quick double to keep the chances alive. Flusher now, the last man standing against 2 players. Saps the first one. Forest is dead. Get Right, though, is looking to pick that bomb up and get that bomb planted as well. Flusher's lurking, though, and Get Right knows it. It's Lurker versus Lurker in this 1-on-1. So they both scan the site to find an angle. And Flusher caught on the jump! The spray won't connect! Get Right finds himself the kill. And that's NIP, 12-11 now, and they break the bank of Fnatic. Finally, NIP, they can do this from this position.
Some of these rounds are like a round of FYI as well. The frags are coming in so fast, I don't even know what's going on.
I missed that map.
So, Alu on the AWP, Fnatic with 2 flashes and a smoke. And we've seen what havoc Fnatic can cause towards the B bomb site, and they'll be looking for us again with 3 players in that direction. More passivity from NIP on this occasion than before. Freiburg having a passive angle towards B, taking down a lurking Olafmeister. We saw what he did last time he went for a flank. Obviously this time less equipped and also death. This is a much better anti-eco, and this is what I'm talking about. We're seeing development here from NIP, and again they have 2 more cobbles to come, but let's focus on this one for now. JW to go down, Flasher and Crim remaining. Spray down will continue from Forest. Flasher coming in with the deagle to do what he can.
Well, he can do at least a little bit. A bit of damage onto NIP taking out Exist. Whereas the second one, though, for it, but he's been spotted. That boulder is annoying to fight people against that. There are quite a lot of players here. Extra frag foul onto Freiburg before he falls. 12-12 the score, though. NIP tied up. They actually look like they can go ahead now with the momentum. They just have to win this one. If NIP win this one, Fnatic Eco and NIP should be on 14 rounds. That's 2 away from winning the map, James.
2 away from a lot of unicorns, Dan.
Yeah.
A lot of raffle tickets for the big box.
I was going to say.
Okay. It's good how Ali was just running distraction there. He was next to the drop zone, just firing his gun to run distraction, not actually picking the angle, not giving the 1v1. Anyway, fast aggression from Fnatic in the underpass, as is from Ninjas in Pyjamas. They have the man advantage, and they will get the trades in their favour. 4 versus 3 very quickly indeed. 2 M4s and a Mag 7 is all that remains here for the Fnatic side, but Flusher has a good spot, and Crimson's coming in his direction. They could have a crossfire here. Flusher will come off to a good start, taking down Exist.
Ooh, Flusher finds the second. This guy is consistent. The very picture of it. JW is going to flash himself in potentially, but no, doesn't go for it. And Crims is going to find himself on the bomb site.
Oh, this is really interesting, actually. The bomb was coming up the slope, but rotated around to long, which made Fnatic think maybe they're rotating away from the site altogether. Now there's only 1 player. I say only, but it is Crimson. He's in a position where he could get a 2-man spray down. He is unavoidable for NIP if they want to make it onto the site here.
Yeah, he can either win the round for Fnatic, or by dying, they will lose the round. Very, very likely.
He should not press QQ in that situation. Although it's really weird. You can see he inspected his gun, but it's so off-putting that he chose to QQ, but we've seen people lose jaws for having that, and there we go. It's an AWP now to peak the angle. And JW is on a very fast rotation, and Alu is going to scope just in time to take him down. We've got 15 seconds for one of these 2 players to take the lead here. And he's going for the reload, knowing Crims is around the corner. Crims will hear it and punish him for it.
Yeah, he did. He had that.
Oh, that's a mistake.
I love how Alu waited for the peak there. That was really smart. That's great game sense. But yeah, then kind of the opposite, to reload while standing next to him. Even if you reload and try to like QQ to like fake it, which is actually kind of like a legit tactic in that spot, that's still not going to work with Crims in that proximity.
Far too close.
Yep. So anyway, quick push in from NIP, fast pace down on the B plat, but they get slowed down by the grenades. And last time this happened, Olafmeister came in and swept the floor with everybody. So
these nades from NIP are so complete that I think Fnatic can be as prepared as possible without getting flashed. But there we go. NIP now meticulously creeping towards the B bomb site, and that's going to be a full rotation from Fnatic. Surely NIP cannot do much here. The bomb goes down. Get right with the AK to take down the JW, but the resources are limited for NIP here. Man at disadvantage as well. Alu getting 1 frag there. Oh, Get right turning around just in time to get shot in the chest. Alu will be soon to follow. Alright, so the flank position won't be able to do much either. Fnatic head to a 2-round lead.
That's the second time that NIP, they had the plan to go in there, and it's like, you know that there will be counter grenades, right, or even pre-nades to slow you down, but it seems like they just get they let the CTs get too much space when that happens. They need to either fall back or commit harder. Like those are the 2 options you have in a spot like that. But they just sit there and allow Fnatic to play into positions, to rotate, to get set up. That's really screwed them over a few times now.
Okay, so this is a pretty bad situation for NIP because Fnatic are headed towards match point, and NIP only have pistols to contest that fact with. And all this noise being made on this staircase is going to bring some support for Flusher. He's going to have the M4A4. That's going to be a 2-man spray down. There goes the 3rd. He's had a lot of frags in this game so far. Get right with a consolation frag at this point. Surely he doesn't have control of the bomb, and he's up against 4 Fnatic players. Oh, Crims to go down. There's 50 seconds on the clock here, and he's just holding this position, trying to get more 1 versus 1s, and there's another one. Pronax to fall now. 1 versus 2. JW, is he anywhere? He's holding an angle at the back with the AWP, and you can see Flusher is quite tagged on the stairs. The bomb is retrievable now for Get Right. He can pick up an M4 as well. Indeed he will. You'll hear that rattling of M4. He's going to chase Flusher down, but Flusher might just bait now with JW holding the angle. This could be the end of the round, Dan. Oh, he's missed the shot because he was QQing. Flusher will finish him off.
Another 4K for Flusher. Flusher is on 33 kills. He's been having a whale of a time. A whale of a time. Okay, so we'll have a buy on NIP. Looks like they're going towards the A side of the map at the moment. So if we'll get any aggression from Fnatic on that side, it'd be quite interesting. There is a fast play from Olofmeister. He's close. And Ali is close as well. Fnatic. Olofmeister, can he pull this one off? Oh, they're lining up. They don't spot him. Trade comes in. Flusher as well. Only 2 frags going the way of Fnatic, though. NIP get a positive trade, and they need to push on quickly. They allow the lurker, who's towards B, to pick up that bomb so they don't waste any time with their forward players to get into that A bomb site, to get into position ahead of Fnatic rotation. But no, JW takes down the bomber. That is a massive loss. Big detriment to NIP in this round. But Get Right, he's going to find himself Pronax. What a position there. And they hold on by their fingernails, but they hold on.
Just sitting and waiting to close out the round was Get Right. It was a nice smoke from Pronax actually in CT spawn between the APC and the wall, which gave an opportunity to move over towards the site, but he chose to play around the APC and Get Right in the right position to exploit the noise from Pronax and finish the round for his team. Fnatic back on Yiko. We may not be finished yet, boys and girls.
Wow. That's an entry. Forrester, he has been pretty strong in spots like that. You can see that NIP give that responsibility to Forrest to push down B plat to get the entries for their team, and you can see why. Definitely a great rifler, and AWPer, and pistoler, and pretty godlike all around. But Flusher is not long for this well.
Back in the room. So, NIP move 1 round away from taking this to overtime. Overtime is MR5 16k, which means 5 rounds and a half as opposed to 15. But we'll see if they will get there. Look at the buy here from Fnatic. 2 FAMASs coming out. The Mag 7 onto JW, which you could argue is normal. And 2 M4s onto Flusher and Olofmeister, respectively. Olofmeister going for that silence one. Can he be as effective with it on this occasion as he was in that previous round with that flank? We will have to wait and see.
Yeah, this is much closer than we had anticipated, and JW is going to get taken down by Get Right. He got boosted up immediately there. That's a huge risk from Fnatic, and now they're down a man. If ever we're talking about wildcard moves, that is a crazy way to expend JW, and he's not expendable in a situation when Fnatic are down on this kind of a buy with so little nades. So now they need a miracle response. NIP know that they are in a game-winning position here, or at least an overtime forcing position, as they need to get together to go for the push. Fnatic are preparing for that B push. You can see the rotations already in there. They're gambling towards it, which is smart. It's a smart play. And here goes Forrest. He's going to go in. Crims is close. He needs to get the kill, though. Oh, he gets both of them with the help of Olofmeister. And now it's a 4-on-3. NIP are in trouble. They collect the bomb. We've seen this before. Olofmeister goes for the peek, but Alu, he's covered the angle. And in comes the rotation now.
See what more they can do. Fnatic with a nice double peek there, but NIP got them straight back in the long area. But here we go. NIP playing slowly. We've got nades in people's hands, and Fnatic have already closed the distance with 3 people. The shot's missed from Alu. Get Right goes down as well. Freiburg versus 3 with 20 seconds on the clock here, and he's going to be unable to do it. Just a 3-man spray down through the smoke coming in. Fnatic to take it 16-14. Very close match after all.
Yeah, it really was. I think a big contributing factor to this was the fact that Exist was able to basically beat Olofmeister so many times, and on the T side, because Olofmeister, he's the classic. He's the classic when this map became popularized. When we had the new updated version of Cobble, and everyone was like, okay, this is an awesome map. It was Olofmeister that was then becoming really amazing and showing amazing results. And Fnatic was showing us how you can use a really 6-star level player. And that was to send Olofmeister down B plat, to take the jewels, to bait out the grenades, to get the info. And you never know what's going on behind him. Is the team behind him? Is it just him? He goes there every time, and he's really annoying. But if you can kill him, then that changes the round massively. And Exist was delivering that a lot of the time. So I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that they only got the 9-6, and we're starting to see that the meta game is going in favor of 9-6 to 10-5 on the T side. We're getting more and more rounds on the T side. So yeah, NIP did a really fantastic job. Ali played really well with the AWP as well. Generally speaking, I mean there were a couple shaky rounds, but generally they were able to hold well. I think if NIP had been better at dealing with the counter grenades, then they could have won this. Definitely.
Well, we're going to see more NIP on Cobble, twice in fact, a bit later on, but first, NV coming up versus G2 on Train. That's going to be in about 10 minutes, so have a short break, and then we will see you back here soon.
Are you an esports fan? Prove your knowledge and start winning cash on AlphaDraft Fantasy Esports. This year, we'll pay out over $5 million in prizes to over 50,000 esports fans every single week. To play, first select from hundreds of contests from the hottest esports. Then, choose your team of pros and watch their stats update in real time during games. Right now, we'll match every dollar you deposit up to $250. What are you waiting for? Redeem your deposit bonus and play AlphaDraft now.
Going down B would have been a bit suicidal. The flanks coming in from Titan. They have a read on the situation already, but they've got to push through smokes if they want to defend this site.
Ready. Check this out.
We all crave. all crave, for you we all crave. And you can kill the wildest thing. When you murder, it's a sin. In the midst of your conviction, we all crave, for you we all crave. Just a little time. Know your addiction's not a crime. It's just a smaller part of who you want to become in the end.
Hello and welcome back to the show. Envy versus G2 is coming your way, and Envy have picked Train against G2, as we were mentioning before. I find it interesting. The approach of G2 is somewhat mysterious on Train in the sense that obviously they have so many AWPers on the team. It's not always the same people AWPing, which in a way might be hard for their opponents to play against because the people have different styles. I don't know if they're like, we've seen. I think last week they played a match on Train, and as I said earlier, sometimes like on the CT side, even on the CT side, Makaleli would be AWPing. Sometimes it would be Dennis AWPing. Sometimes it'd be Fox AWPing. Now my question is, if they're doing that kind of approach, are they all playing the same positions when they're AWPing, or are they just throwing you up into different positions?
Didn't they even have Twist playing as well?
Yes.
Twist is like
Well, they've had Twist playing one match.
Twist is like a ridiculous AWPer as well. Yeah,
but now they have JKM. Yeah, he was temp for them, but now JKM's the permanent. So, there is a lot of things at play here for G2. I don't know if it's a case of they haven't found their identity or they just don't mind mixing things up. But there is some positional play and support for AWPers that you have to take into consideration as well.
I mean, first things first. They haven't played, to my knowledge. I don't think they've never played Envious, the new Envious lineup, in an official match. I don't think. Not from all the not from their last study matches at least.
Okay.
That I found. I might be wrong there because that does sound like like
they haven't been looked together
crazy.
for that long anyway. So
yeah, as Gamers 2, as Gamers 2 they haven't.
I mean Titan, the new Titan lineup. I'm
Envy.
talking about since Titan's new roster, right?
No. Because
Envy. Sorry.
Envy,
Well, the
TT.
same. Yeah. Sorry, but they're all French people, right? So.
Anyway, but what tends to happen with G2 that I find is that their performance on this map can always be good, but it depends completely upon a good T side. And their CT sides always seem a little bit lackluster, like they don't have a direction. But they have such a strong picking space style. But anyway, we're into the CT pistol here for G2. T pistol for Envious. We'll slowly get to see what how many rounds G2 can get on their weakest CT side.
Dennis is coming in for the flank already from the pop dog area, and this could be brutal, no pun intended. Happy is waiting though for it to come in, and Dennis is not going to find a connection. That said, it's a man advantage for the CTs there as they're pushing in, and this is almost a complete wipeout. Happy is the only one that remains, and he is going to again reset the situation. He's got time on his side, and obviously that was super unfavorable. You don't want to come out of the choke point on your own with a whole team facing you. Got to get himself a 1 versus 1, although he's only got 10 bullets left in this pistol. There is one in the pop dog which he might try to retrieve. Now we can see Jacob is in the pop dog area itself. His teammate smoked it off, which might allow actually Happy to retrieve that gun. Indeed, it would if he wanted to go for it, but he's gonna just stand there with his CZ for now, which is interesting because he doesn't actually need it at this point, at least for this kind of close quarters engagement. So he's going to push, and another frag comes in. He's only got 6 bullets left now. Now he's got no bullets left, Dan.
Yep, and there it is. The Glocktail's lying around, and then he goes for the last shot, but he won't find it. And nice effort there from Happy.
Only Happy would do that.
I really agreed with him staying with CZ there. Like, it's so good. The thing is that it's very underrated because it's quite difficult to use, but it's incredibly good. Especially on this
but there are
map.
no helmets.
Sorry?
There are no helmets.
Yeah, but you tap with it, like he did. Tap, tap, tap. It's 1-0 for Kingwin. So we see the force spy coming in from Envious. Dangerous on those pistols. I like the idea there from Makaleli. Almost finding a connection as well. And here we go. G2 playing passively, anticipating what is to come. And they just have to make sure that they can keep control over connector, and then they'll be fine in this round. The bomb should go down for Envious here. If it doesn't go down, they failed massively. They should be able to get a couple kills here as well. So it's looking for a strong force spy. Already Kenny S will get a kill as the bomb gets planted, but great response here coming in from Rain. 2 frags to the FAMAS, and Envious are struggling to get more than 1 kill. Oh, here it is. The Molotov off the door. Oh no, he messed it up actually. Wow.
Oh, the 5 spread.
Oh. Okay, maybe he didn't mess it up.
They have a defuse kit.
That was really deceptive actually, because of how far that went across. Wow. that ended up being a plant and 2 kills. That's good. That's good.
Insert when it rains it pours joke here. I'm surprised we haven't seen anybody say when it rains it pours yet.
That's because nobody stoops so low.
Maybe you're not as cheesy as you and I are, because we're pretty cheesy.
Well, you are the guy that brings in Rock 4, so...
Yeah, that's the only cheese that I'm cheesy with that. Otherwise, I'm a modern marvel of science. Or something. Envy on the eco here. The bomb has been left in a passive position. They've lost Apex already, and Pop Dog will be smoked. Leaving Happy with not much to do. Although he does have a deagle. He no longer has a deagle. Kishima, though, has a deagle. And Dennis will be traded. Which will be a P90 in the hands of the T side, or what remains of them. 2 plays down now. Now things get interesting, because Envy still have control of the bomb. And a minute to play with.
Good damage so far from MVS. If they're able to pick up 1 more kill, the amount of pressure that's gone onto the economy of G2 is pretty astronomical if you consider what's happened in past rounds. So essentially, despite being down 3 rounds, if MVS are able to pull up 1 more deal kill, and there is a nice headshot from Kiyoshima, then they have done the job. They know they're in a poor position, but it's okay.
This is a winnable position. I think even with 3 people there, it's so hard to defend on a map such as Training where there are so many sneaky angles and alleys. So will G2 continue to engage Kishima's deagle in such fashion? 23 seconds left, and it's getting towards the time where he can't rotate towards the B bomb site. There goes another deagle kill. Just Makalele now, but he's got the time on his side. He's going to go for the peak anyway, but he can play the clock. Kishima has to plant the bomb now. Unless Makalele runs out into the middle of nowhere with no cover and gets killed by... Why, Dan?
You know what's hilarious?
Why?
Is that...
Dan, no!
When those deagles are shooting in from T-main, there's absolutely no reason to ever peek them, because they have to go through the choke point to get the plant, obviously. But the thing is that Envious were counting that G2 would be the kind of team that would try to take those angels. And they did. If you don't respect Envious's pistol play, you're going to get wrecked. And that is insane, because they have no money. They needed a flawless round there, pretty much, the damage they'd received in the past rounds. And instead, they go into all kinds of one-on-ones, and boom. Nice throw there from Apex to finish off Rain, and now Envious in prime position to completely smash G2.
Well, yeah, G2 are a bit weird on this map, it must be said, at the moment. I think... Oh, never mind, let's just move on. Man advantage for Envy now, but the bomb carrier, Kenny, has 28 HP. Although he does have the Kenny factor. Apex, is he going to check all the angles? I'm sure he is. Dennis is below him, but he's on the other side of the objects, just below the ladder, which gives the CTs a bit of cover towards the other ramp. Normally you stay inside of it, between the object and the ladder, but Dennis is changing things up, although his gun might give him away. We'll have to wait and see. Man advantage for Envy as they push towards the B bomb site now. And Dennis has moved into the other position, but he's going to get taken down by Apex. Makalele coming in to do what he can, but he is exposed again, and he will be easily traded by Envy. So it's Fox versus 3. He is on the B bomb site, but not for long. Kenny coming in with that final frag.
I actually would like to highlight the fact that B takes are usually can be quite troublesome when you're on a buy round against the buy round, but I mean, because you can get the bomb down, but it's harder to actually hold the bomb site. It's much easier to hold the A bomb site after you've taken a bomb down on there. But what's cool is that Envy's realized that they had such a strong favor to actually win that, because G2, sure they had a buy, but it sucked. It really sucked. Like, Envious has such a big weapon advantage. He made so much sense. And now they're just able to abuse this weapon advantage into the save round of G2. Nothing but USPs to show for themselves. And, well, they're still reeling from the decisions to take all those aim battles against the Deagles. That has completely shaken them still.
Yeah, and they are paying for it in rounds in favor of Envy.
Yep. The rounds. Now I fear for G2, you know, they're running into a team here that are as skilled as them individually. Envious are pound for pound maybe the best team in the world that you can make. It's hard to make that argument, because with the likes of TSM Virtus Pro and Fnatic, you know, very good players, but Envious is definitely up there. They're definitely up there. So the aiming style is you know, Envious are going to love that.
G2 back on the buy once more, and indeed, yeah, they are not afraid of any angels whatsoever, especially this new Envy lineup.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you want to AWP? Alright, you want to AWP against Kenny S? Or Happy? Okay, fair enough. You don't want to AWP versus us?
Good night.
You want to rifle against Kiyoshima, MBK or Apex? Come on, bring it on, baby! Bring it on.
Good night and good luck.
Yeah, it's a tough lineup to deal with.
So JKM and Happy going to be playing close to the Pop Dog area. Happy asking questions. Kenny has to get the answers, and the bomb is in control now of the CTs, but there is another lurker there, and Jacob's going to run past the corner while reloading and get punished for it.
That's unfortunate there. Again, you know, the new addition, JKM recently signed onto G2 after Scream left and is now part of Titan. He's definitely an interesting pickup. Obviously, you know, friends with Rain from the old days in London Conspiracy and lineups like that, and LGB and so on. And he's a great player. He's been showing a lot of promise recently as JKM. So it's quite cool to see him getting a more serious team, but yeah, it's really starting to abuse them. Again, it's another save here for G2. And one thing, if we've learned anything about G2 those games, we have to expect them to be able to pick up, like, always have the potential to take at least 10 T rounds. Always. They can just run in and hit the shots. Like, they can do that against anybody.
We will find out a bit later on. But first, we need to see how many rounds they can get on the T side, the CT side, excuse me. They only have 2 rounds. Still early days now, but it's not early days for their economy, which has come and gone very quickly indeed.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that is an issue for them is that, you know, historically the CT sides are very scarily kind of, or can be a little bit lackluster in rounds. And that's fine if you start on the T side, but they're starting on the CT side. So when it switches to the T side, they won't have any margin of error. And that's that, you know, if they lose a pistol round, boom, they could be out of the game straight away. So G2 have to make sure that they pick up at least 4 or 5 rounds just to give themselves a little bit of a buffer to work with as they battle back on the T side.
So the buy comes out, triple AWP. Now I'm excited, Dan. This is what I want to see. AWPers, why not get them AWPing? Fox, Makalele, Dennis coming in with AWPs and 2 M4s onto Jake and Rain. This is what I want to see on Train. This is why I want to watch G2 on Train. I want to see AWPs galore, Dan. AWPs galore!
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Really throwing the money in there. Triple AWP is pretty expensive. And it's a style that G2 could be able to, you know, actually pull off. It's a possibility. You know?
I'll tell you what happened, right? Makalele's got a big red button on his desk. He presses that button and everybody buys AWP.
Alright, well, we might get the boost here. Oh, this is a really strong way to play against the AWPs. The rifles on the CTs allow you to move quickly into these retakes. And so, you know, if you get smoked off, those AWPs, they can actually just all fall back afterwards. Now, Michael gets the first shot. They've got to stop them before the bomb goes down as they move in behind the smokes. And yes, there with this AWP as well. Those smokes really paying off here for Envious. They're gaining fast position in the frame yard. And the bomb is down.
I like how they're using the AWP to plant the bomb and throw the nades in to allow the T's to get deep into the B bomb site. But it's still a man advantage, which soon disappears. Kenny holding the site from the bomb area, but he's going to get a no-scope. But Rain is going to take him down. Unlucky for Kenny. 2 versus 2. That Molotov coming out once again, but it's still time for the frags to come in. NBK looking away from the flash. Rain's taken down. Just 1 versus 1 now. Makalele, does he have time to do it? He's running away. So the round's going to go to Envy. 3 AWP Sport. Only 1 will survive here for G2.
There it is. Wonderfully played around by Envious, you got to give it to them, but I was quite surprised that King were able, G2 King were able to pick up so many kills there. Of course, you know, in their kind of position, they can't really afford to really concede rounds, so they've got to be able to find ways to close. But hey, you know, they're a team that can make the triple AWP work. Although they're down to just 1 AWP now, and we got 2 AWPs on Envious. Happy's picked one up as well as Kenny S, so they can play a slower round now. And if G2 try to get offensive, then these AWPs are really going to punish, but Happy just drops in straight away, takes down Rain. And that's going to be a 5 versus 4 now as Envious are looking to make it even better. Apex pushing into the yard and then falling back out like a ninja.
Fox has been exterminated. Makalele soon to follow onto the extinction list. Just Dennis with a FAMAS versus an entire Envy team. Rather you than me, my friend.
Yeah, this is pretty tough, and this is just the individual skill of Envious, because in this round, they made the statement with the double AWPs that to win this round, we're going to just get picks. We're just going to play, good individual play. Just try to set up some very basic refrags on Ali, and that's it. That was it. But it was enough to almost get a clean sweep against G2, even though they had worse weapons. Shows you that individual potential from Envious as well. And we saw the B execute. That looked pretty solid. It'd be cool to see that round again in the future, although there aren't too many rounds to play left. And we have not yet seen Envious play an A execute with smokes. That's not yet happened. But James, we're starting to see this style of play where people, they don't even want to throw smokes.
That Envy just shoot people.
They just want to walk out into yard and shoot people.
Double AWPs now continue from the previous round, Kenny and Happy. Happy sometimes gets a lot of flack for AWPing, but
I think the biggest moments we ever saw when Happy really started to go crazy with the AWP were on Overpass, I think. In a DreamHack Winter 2014, I want to say. I think it was.
I wish my memory was functional then.
But some of these big lands and majors, we've seen Happy do some great stuff. But anyway.
4 AWPs, and we have the auto onto Rain.
Nice.
This is interesting. These guys.
Nice.
Show me what you can do. So, Rain's going to be up, looking towards main, but that angle I don't think is very optimal. A lot of players, part of the meta now is to play the CTs to smoke off main and play close to it. There we go, we've got a P coming on top of the box, and that probably will save Kiyoshima's life. Oh, sorry, it's not Kiyoshiма there, it's Apex and NBK, so he is elsewhere taking some damage.
Ooh, good flash for the teammate there, as Apex will push forward. He actually will get tagged by the AWP, but he's gaining some ground there and gets the kill onto Fox anyway during the reload period, and that's going to be a fallback now from Apex. So he's distracted all the... Look at these players. Both Jakim and Makaleli are on high alert there towards Ali. They think that there could be players bursting through at any moment. But in fact, Envious, after picking up that kill, is deciding, alright guys, we are going to group up now. We're going to throw some nades into B, make this look like a B, and then catch them on the rotation, go for the fast play back into the A yard. And Kenny S will get the picket on Jakim straight away as well. So what a perfect way to outmaneuver the CTs. Beautiful strategy, beautiful execution mid-round from Envious. And Happy is going to pick up a frag as well. G2 can't even get into position to take a fight, and they're getting picked off.
Dan, G2 could not be more out of position if they were playing Twister. This is a hopeless situation. It's just a case of trying to save now, but they can't even run away. They almost need to hold their ground to try and save. Makaleli missing a shot now, and he's the only one left for his team. He is going to be hunted.
Yes. Again, this is like that situation on the first map we saw here today, where it was TSM versus Hellraisers and Overpass. We saw, like, during the chaos, during the craziness, TSM were able to switch up their plan and it's something that's kind of complex to do, but they're a really strong team. And we saw that from Envious there. They're like, alright guys, we got the pick there. Let's fall back out of Ali. Apex could have kept going. He could have kept going, but no. They came back as a team, completely outpositioned all the CTs. That was beautiful.
So the smoke goes down towards main, but are they going to play close to main? Are they going to try and pop flash in there? Well, they've got no nades left actually. And Happy having a bit of a field day.
Nice.
And Pop Dog once again. But Jake's there to get the close trade. And G2 will move back with that AK and AWP. And then come back for yet another trade. So they've got a man advantage now, and it could be another gun for them to collect, which is going to make things hard for Envy, although Kenyas is there, and we know how well he can position himself in a clutch situation with an AWP. He is on the opposite side of the map from his teammate, though, which is going to make things a little bit tricky here for Envy.
Yeah, nice series of aggressions there coming in from G2. They really caught Envy off this time. BK will get a kill into Jakim though, which will put things to a 2-on-2, and with 50 seconds left, there's time to work with. Although that's not going to help Envy losing MBK now. So just down to Kenny S. Kenny S is pretty good though. Here he goes, looking for the shot. That flick won't connect, but he can get the bomb plant safely. That's going to put the clock on the CTs and force them to move. Kenny S now pulling out the AWP. The magic stick, but it will not do the job this time around. Nicely done by G2 to pick this one up with a series of aggressions that really Envy in this round could not keep up with.
So G2 finally get a third round onto the board. 9-6 actually still possible, although it looks unlikely. We'll see how things continue here for the CT side. They're going to have a lot of money so they can get the full buyout now. Will they go for more than one AWP? It doesn't seem they will. And let's see, Makaleli indeed is going to be the primary AWPer in this round again. I think he's playing the connector area. Actually, Dennis has the best spawn for connector though. I would have maybe thrown it to him, although he is playing B, so that's a bit of a change. He will continue towards B on his own, and there are many Envy players maybe coming his way. Could be going to Pop Dog as well.
Yeah, this is potentially could be explosive if Envy just get a quick pick. But actually we see them fall back out of Pop Dog and back into Secret. And Happy on the lurk there towards the Pop Dog area.
He's just breaking the glass to suggest a smoke execute towards A. And look how the CTs have reacted. They've got two people very close to Pop Dog to try and combat that.
And they could also fake as well. They could show the execute they showed before and then rush down to Pop Dog because Happy's been covering it. It's also a possibility here for Envious. Some nades here. Good counter nades coming in from G2. But the damage is going to be done onto G2 in fact. Apex taking the first entry and a second one as well. G2 are starting to crumble. The defense now from the A-bomb site has rotated in, but what is there left to really deal with this? JChem does find a fast headshot, so things are looking up a little bit, but they're still at disadvantage as G2 try to work their way in. And NBS have a good spread of players here, but JChem doesn't seem to be stopping right now. That's the second kill from him. And now he and Fox will progress all the way to the bomb, but Happy and MBK still alive. Oh, MBK finds a perfect timing there. Good refrag coming in. Fox going up there. 7 HP on him. Looks for the shot, but it's going to be Happy who will close around for Envious. 10-3 now to 11-3, I believe. Or 10-3. Shouldn't it be 11-3? No.
I don't think so, Dan.
No, I can't. Numbers. I can't do it, James.
There's a 10 here and there's a 3 over here.
James.
I think it's 10-3, Dan.
I can't do it.
So you saw Happy looking for the AWP there. Wasn't able to find it. We'll buy another one. Who cares if you're Envy. Only 3 rounds on the board for G2. They need more. Jacob's reduced to the Mag 7. We'll see how he uses it or if he'll even get a chance. Maybe he'll get shot in the head.
Oh dear. Nicely done there. A good refrag in, but JChem, quick pop off there with the Mag 7. Kill after kill after kill. It's like dominoes, but it's 2 versus 3 in favor of the CTs. However, the bomb will go down on the B bomb site, and Kiyoshima's going to sprint into a forward position, but Rain catches him. Good stuff there for G2, and oh, he's going to close the round as well. That's nice and simple. Nice.
Right, things looking much better. With this one extra round that G2 have. Who knows about the next one, but this is definitely a bit of breathing space going into the second half. But again, there's potential to get one more round on the board. Let's look at the T money. Again, the T money is flourishing. It's in abundance. Their goblets are full with the finest wine from the finest regions of France. That G2, on the other hand, can only muster a CZ for Dennis. Oh no, that makes a lot more sense. He's trolling us, Dan. Double ups for Envy once again. Happy and Kenyas to continue their relentless assault. And finally, I think we might have a pop flash coming in for Makalele to push into main, and indeed he will. I think they could have done with that many rounds before, because this really does choke off a lot of the map for Envy. NBK lurking, but NBK has lost. You'll have to wait for the smoke. I say have to, but this is Envy after all.
I like that G2 were playing close to the Pop Dog and T main area. I think that's a very good way to handle any kind of advances from the Ts. But they've actually fallen back. It looks like they're already thinking that it's going to be B. They've got 3 players in the B yard. So if MVS were to push at all into A, they're going to get so much map control so quickly. So G2 better be right. And the bomb is there by secret, so maybe they are. But MVS can still change their plan.
Yeah, Apex seems to have been in the Pop Dog area, so he's just making safe patches for his team. And indeed, they are going to rotate into the A site now, the entire team, with 2 G2 players stuck on the B bomb site. They've lost one of them, Jacob, on A near connector. There was a player on site, soon to be gone for G2. 3 versus 4, and they are all again out of position on the CTs. What
an amazing call there from Envious to know to go back into A, that G2 would be out of position there, and Happy will take down Rain with the AWP. So that approach is so laboured against the AWP and the AKs there. MBK in with a double at the end. 11-4. 4 rounds was kind of what I wanted to see at least from G2 in the 4-5 region. I think it does give them a real opportunity. I never want to count them out, because every time I'm looking at a half like this with the G2 train, they're about to play T side. They're always able to put up some numbers. So I've got some good expectations here for G2 to get to a really close game here.
We'll see, but first they have to survive the variance of the pistol round, if you will. So we've got decoys towards main, towards Ivy, but no actual players. And Envy are going to be entertained by that decoy with 2 players over towards the Ivy position. But it seems the execute is indeed over towards A here for G2.
Yeah, Happy will spot quite a few players there, so he can make the call to his team, and they already have 4 players in the A site, so it's all about hitting those shots, and Rain will open it up. He will open Apex's face with that Glock, and goes Kenyas around the side. First frag there, looks for the second though. All these positions to his team. It's looking quite hard though for MBS to bring this back, and with the bomb ticking away, Things are starting to get worse and worse for them. Kenny S being surprised by Fox. Fox will call them. Find the second player even. Nicely done. MBK gets eliminated as well. G2 all over this one. So they're going to bring a lot of money into these next rounds. NVSU would expect nothing less than a force buy with players of this caliber. But how much will they go with this? Okay, full investment on the force buy.
Even Kenny is going for the force buy, which is interesting. Obviously, with them playing up to 2 AWPs on the T side, one wondered if they'll try to continue that on the CT side, but they're more concerned with using their round lead to go for a full force than rather a conservative buy, trying to save some money. Apex needs to be careful here because there's somebody very close to him, unbeknownst to him. They have just walked out into the site, and there it is. Dennis to come and trade here for Rain.
But there's a lot of pistols still left to deal with, and I would be very afraid considering some of these recent highlight clips we're seeing out of MVS on these pistols. Happy's there. By the bomb train itself with that Eagle. Team solo wrecked. We all know what that is in reference to. Wow.
So
amazing.
Jake is creeping. That's the noise Happy was waiting for. Oh, he could have got off 2 frags. He will eventually do so. Makalele to trade. Kiyashima to trade back. What's going to happen now? It's Makalele with a scout versus 2 players with a 5.7 and a P250. He's going to have to face with a Glock, and they've both got armor. This is not ideal by any means.
I can't believe it. Actually, I can't believe it completely. It's envious after all.
Standard Happy plays.
Yeah, that position from Happy there was ridiculous. But the fact that the fact that he was hidden. The thing is, right, that he was covered by a teammate. We saw the teammate getting the refrag almost immediately after he died. So if someone was in a position to attack Happy and get an angle on him, he had a teammate kind of covering that. So it was kind of beautiful how they positioned themselves, and of course he baited them into planting and got the double. So it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff there, and that's going to completely cripple G2's economy. At least they got the bomb down, so that's something. And they do lightly invest into this round, but we should expect a strong defense here from NVS. Hopefully for G2 though, we can get some damage done.
You can see the positioning of that T as well. Just trying to be the meat shield. But there's always that one corner you don't check, and there's always that Happy around that one corner. So Fox looking for an opportunity to plant the bomb here, but the bomb has fallen down into the waiting arms of the CTs. Jacob soon to follow to the grave. And NVS 3 rounds away from victory. By coming out for G2 again, they'll be lacking those AWPs that they will probably have sorely wanted, at least one. Yeah. Lacking the nades as well.
So this is a really important round for G2. I mean, they have to eco if they lose this, and they can't afford to do that. They'll put NVS onto match point. So we get an aggressive push coming in from NVS here. 2 players committed early. I mean, not an aggressive push, but 2 players in addition there towards the secret area. Just at the start, just to deal with any rush timings. But G2 actually creeping Makalele behind the smoke into some angles on Yard. Apex might find him first. There he is. Oh, excellent first shot. That first bullet accuracy from Apex was phenomenal. And that was enough to take down Makalele. So now MVS in a man advantage situation. You would expect G2 in this spot to start thinking about trying to get onto a bomb site. But this map is kind of crazy in that spot, in that position. It's like you don't really have map control, or because as soon as you have what you can consider map control, you're on a bomb site in this map.
So, NV pressing that advantage now. Happy spraying through the smoke, causing absolute havoc here. Bedlam Mayhem, this organization. Dennis remains a similar frag we've seen before in that angle, and he is tearing through this NV side, but he's got a few more to find here as he heads towards the site. Again, patient play coming in with that tapping, but just ahead of, above Happy's head. Happy will take them to 14.
So the one thing in that situation with G2 there is that they go a man down, and they know that they have to try to push into a bomb site. They know they have to do something, because MVS can just sit and wait on, and just sit on the lead like forever until they win, because of the CTs, of course, as well. And G2, they pushed all over the place. It was a spot where they should combine as a team, but they were pushing everywhere on the entire map as 4 players, and then if you get a kill in each spot, like you're still not really in a good position. So I'd like to see G2 come together there, but it looks like they're doing that on this round, moving with the numbers and with the pistols.
Wow.
They're picking up the kills. That's why they're so dangerous. And now it's Happy and Apex to save the day. Oh my god.
Well, sometimes you just get deeked, man.
Sometimes you get deeked.
Sometimes you get deeked. Like, G2 have only picked up 1 rifle at this point, and I think Happy has. I mean, there's a potential for G2 to pick up 4 rifles here, so Happy has to try and do as much damage as possible. Dennis is gonna not let him do so.
So James, in that round, analyze this. They walked into the yard and shot everyone. Round when they won the round.
Round over.
Round over.
Thank you and good night. So G2 take 3 rifles stolen from the Envy side into this round. Great for their lack of economy. NBK going to buy the scouts. This man has become somewhat of a scout specialist, although its power has been reduced with these new hitboxes. But Train is a map that lends itself towards snipers, so we'll see what he can do.
Okay. Okay, it begins. Envious like you guys win a pistol run against us? Well,
We have pistols too.
we are envious after all. Let's see how far they can take it though. Looking good though for G2. Kiyoshima can get out the picture. Ooh, Apex in with some fast shots. No more bullets left, but still picks up a kill on Michaelele with the last remaining bullets in the clip. Amazing. Now 2 players left here for Envious, and G2 still trying to eliminate them, but MBK notorious for the jump scout. Oh my god, Envious could very well pick it up. It's down to Happy, 2 men left. Jakem is 1 shot away from death with that deke, and Dennis as well could...
Dan, he's in the same position as last time.
Yep. Oh, he's moving. He's making a lot of sound. He falls out the knife. I actually have no idea what he's doing in that position. Maybe he thinks that they're rotating to B.
Dan is happy. He always runs in a clutch situation. Almost every single time. It's like, okay, well, I'm just going to run.
It's like the opposite of Adren. Just like walks everywhere.
Just going to run.
I miss Adren already.
Envy still have double the score of G2 at this point, and they're going to go for another half buy with the pistols, with the Scout and the Kevlar onto NBK. Definitely seems to be enjoying himself with that combo. This time he's on top of the train. We'll see if Rain can spot him. Rain, though, is being distracted by a Kenny S on the bomb site. NBK trying to use that distraction to find an engagement here. And indeed, the pistol's coming through, and the nade from Happy. So G2 on their last legs maybe here. Only Dennis and Jake can remain versus 4.
Yeah, I mean, they may not have the guns, but they have the positions. They have the chaos working in their favor to the Frenchmen. G2 looking to try to find a good response here. It's Dennis with the AWP. And, oh my god, that would have been so ridiculous. Dennis wants a piece of MBK.
Full rotation.
They're going back. Amazing, what a fake there. Just a simplest fake ever, but it worked.
Now it's not time to get grenades out, my friend, as you are very, very outnumbered. Jake's going to go for the smoke attempt after NBK eventually gets taken down.
What a save there. JKM was definitely not going to live if Dennis didn't get that kill.
2 more players to identify though. One is close in the smoke in Connector. And again, there's a lot for G2 to identify, and they don't have enough players to cover their backs. The 5-7 coming in from Happy, and Jake goes down. Now it's Dennis with the AWP versus 2. He's been spotted. He's going to go for his own Molotov play, but there's still a lot of time on the clock. That said, there's no kit on these CTs. You can see Kishima going for a very awkward angle to make it hard for Dennis to stop the defuse from coming in. And indeed, there it is. He just needs to go for the defuse. There he goes. He makes the round for his team.
How does Kiyoshima not kill him? One bullet.
Excellent decision making there from Dennis.
How does Kiyoshima not get that kill? Dennis had like 7 HP. He shot like 5 bullets with a dig and didn't kill him at like less than medium range. Wow, I'm surprised that. I mean, you know, they'll still have money to buy this round, but still, that was kind of nuts. Amazing that G2 won that round.
The window of opportunity is open for this international side.
Yep. By the way, I just want to say quickly, I loved how Happy and Kiyoshima approached that. Was it Apex? I'm not sure. Anyway, Happy will pick up the first kill in this round. And G2 now down a man again.
Again, the CTs get to that angle between T-Main and Connector. The CTs get there first every single time. So you've got to be careful when you're a T engaging that. Now there's a smoke down there as well. Rain's still trying to hold things down, still trying to make sure that nobody pushes the angle, but Happy's just going to take pot shots for days, like a young boy with an air rifle, Dan, shooting at cans on a wooden stump.
And MBK is going to be able to pick up the frag there onto Jakem as they decide eventually G2 to go into this B-bomb site. MBK's doing a great job though, he's down low, but he's killed so much time for his team at this point, and Fox doesn't know who to shoot at. G2 all on Rain now, but of course Rain is going to find himself 3 kills in quick succession as Kiyoshima and Happy now lurk. They know he has to plant the bomb. He has to pick it up as well. And the angles are being held here by Happy and Kiyoshima. What a crossfire. Rain has to jump into both of them to get this kill, but maybe not. He finds Happy on the move. In goes Kiyoshima though on the refrag, and he'll pick it up. Rain goes down, and the round is claimed by Envious, putting them onto match point 15-8. And, well, G2, I mean, at least they can buy a couple rifles, but this is definitely not a good situation for them.
Indeed, it is all falling apart now. G2 with well, the question now is, with this Tech 9 and Deagle on Fox Makalele, mainly the Tech 9, are they going to try and close the distance to maximize it? And if so, how are they going to do it? Looks like the Execute is coming in fact, towards the A site with them setting up for nades all over the place. Makalele is coming with a nice angle crossfire for T's first early frag onto Apex.
Yeah, they're making some progress into the yard now, but they're going to find the rest of the CTs. Rain catching Kenny S on the move, and that's going to be critical as Dennis is going to get a couple kills moving into the bomb train, and life is now very hard for Kiyoshima. 1 against 3 with that M4, and the bomb can go pretty much anywhere it wants at this point. Oh my god, Kiyoshima finds himself a 1 bullet takedown onto Makalele. Bomb goes down though, and he finds 1 player. The information is key as he looks for the next one. Now game sense is going to be critical. He checks the angle. That's Fox down immediately. Just Dennis left in this 1-on-1. Kiyoshima looking for the clutch 1 versus 3. That bomb ticking away. Finds himself the kit and a nade as well. There's the fake. Dennis isn't biting though. And there it is. Dennis finds the angle. He'll allow Kiyoshima to move away though. And Kiyoshima, he's lost too much time. It was a good effort, but Dennis closes the round there for G2.
Always a patient rifler is Dennis in those situations, which is always nice to see. G2 survive for 1 more round. How long can they keep this up for? There's a good opportunity for them to string another round together and some money, as of course winning rounds with lots of players dying is not good for them either. Envy going for a proper eco now, only Apex buying some Kevlar on the smoke. Let's see what the play is, what the anti-eco is for G2. So they have the track on the CT economy. Got MBK playing a close position here. He has a P250 as well. Not as strong as the 5-7, but how many can he get? Not going to get any. 3-man push down the choke point will be enough for G2 to take him down. It's going to be an open B bomb site as the CTs come in for the rotation.
Yeah, very fast the G2, and I love how they smoked connected there. That's beautiful. It's pretty much impossible for Envious to actually do it at this point, but you can see that they're just waiting back here, looking for the exit kills, as you mentioned. And what
is this?
Is this position?
Space bar, please.
What?
Space bar, please.
What the hell is going on? That is pixel walking, surely.
What is this? Oh, is he on? No, what?
Oh my god.
Oh, he's jumped off from the bomb site.
Can you make that with a boost or something? Or how does that work?
You might be able to just jump there from the bomb. If you can get on top of the bomb site thing. But I don't know if you need the boost to get there. Indeed, Dan. That will require a review.
Okay, so G2, 5 rounds away from going for the overtime. They got a better setup here on the buy, but they're still a little bit weak on the money because Envious. Now they bought Triple D. The Triple D is on the way with the Rain. He's going to find himself 2 frags. He's eating up Envious players. Oh, happy. Nice shot there. Satisfying with that deep, but he'll only get 1. Just MBK left with the very weak and measly P250, at least in comparison with that hand cannon.
Bomb has been planted.
And the bomb is taken away. Killing daylight here, MBK. Get a move on, my friend. Well, he's doing the smart thing. He is trying to find a player that will go aggressive, get the kill, maybe save the weapon. That's kind of the plan here for MBK with that P250. However, he's not going to find much luck because nobody is daring enough to challenge him up the Pop Dog ladder. Not just yet, at least. Might see somebody enter White Halls, though, from the T-spawn side of things. And perhaps MBK can get the sneaky wrap around. Unfortunately, he won't. You can see Rain is also covering Pop Dog there as well, just in case MBK would surprise. But 15-11 is the score. MV is still a match point. Double AWP in play. And Dennis has got the AWP as well. So with Rain doing the kind of entries he's been doing, perhaps there is a real chance here for G2 to swing the overtime.
The AWPers on Envy are running around in their Y fronts because there is no armor on these players. They will be susceptible to grenades, among other things. There are Molotovs as well here for the G2 side, but first we need to start with the guns. Got 2 players with Happy playing rotation over towards the B bomb site, but it seems that the play is A. Kenny finds the gap, but now there's a gap in his head from Rain. The T's are trying to close the distance here. A bit of a duel there between Kiyoshima and Co. Rain going to force him out of position and then try and spray him down, but still miss because of that flash. This is crazy. This is anyone's man advantage for G2. Make that 2. Only Kiyoshima and NBK remain, and Kiyoshima's taken a lot of damage as well, so NBK is going to have to come large for his team here. There is a close engagement to come. He's going to take it over Jacob. 3 more to fight. There's a fast 2 frags there for NBK.
Yeah, that's an amazing second kill there. But Kiyoshima's on 13 HP. NBK needs to take initiative here and allow Kiyoshima to play off of him, but Kiyoshima gets isolated, taken down by G2, and NBK has to take down 2 more players, and that bomb is ticking so incredibly quickly at this point, and they will not peek him. Dennis finds an angle as NBK peeks, and that will be 12 rounds now for G2. 15-12 means 3 away, and G2 again, they can do this, and just as I said, you can never really take these guys for granted.
Note how the that 1 versus 2 changed very quickly as soon as Dennis fired a shot at NBK and it missed. Then Dennis's teammate was looking for the trade frag opportunity as well, despite him not going down obviously. But NBK was looking for it as well. They're all aware of exactly what the situation is. NBK starts strafing to the right, looking for the second player. Now he knows where the first one is. Unable to do it for his team though. 3 rounds left for G2 to take this to overtime again. Envy on the eco here. NBK with the Scout, Apex with the Kevlar, and 5-7, and he will go down immediately.
Yeah, it looks so satisfying, kills like that out of J-Chem. There's the shenanigans again here, 1 player down thanks to Kiyoshima. And, well, G2, they haven't really broken out the choke points just yet. It's just actually this push towards B which looks most promising for them. NBK is on the case. And he is not going to do as well, surely. A lot of tagged players, but no frags really for Envious's side. So this should be a pretty clean round for G2. 15-13, and that is going to give Envious 2 more opportunities to close the match.
4 players surviving for G2. Again, good for their economy in terms of their utility with their grenades and so on, going into these rounds. Fox starting with 10k. Another big buy coming out for Envy. Kiyoshima, what is he going to buy? Going for the auto sniper. This could get ugly, Dan.
I wonder where he's going to play it from, though. I see a lot of people going up to the balcony, but the problem with that is that you can get really destroyed there if you're not careful. But they'll go for a quick, aggressive play for the information into Ali, and, well, they won't see a single thing, so it looks like Kenny S is going to be pushing with the Silence Dem 4 up, all the way up Ali. This is a really fast push from Kenny S. It feels like MBS kind of understand what the situation right now, but they're not taking too many chances. They're letting Kenny S work. Kenny S will work. He's finding his way to the backstab already before they've even come onto a bomb site. Kenny S is the pivotal player, but that said, Happy and Apex with defenses as they do take down these offensive G2 players towards the A train yard, and before you know it, Envy has shut down everybody as they try to go for a last desperate push into that B site, but it doesn't happen.
As good as Kenny's flank was, he didn't get to do anything.
Yeah, I know.
I really wanted to see what he could do with that, but the rest of the team just came in and just wiped out G2 flawlessly in that final round. So a great comeback by G2, or at least an attempt, but couldn't get it all the way there. So Envy will take the game. Very nice game by both players. I just heard a really weird noise.
Yeah,
anyway,
that was really weird, wasn't it?
That sounded like something from Half-Life 1, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be Hellraisers versus NiP coming up. A map that I'm definitely looking forward to because, well, another opportunity to see the new Hellraiser side. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, NIP, they played a great Cobble against Fnatic earlier, so a lot of these teams going to picking Cobble against NIP, looking to say, okay, well, you guys don't seem so prepared here. NIP seem to have done their homework, and these teams could be in for a surprise.
Indeed. So, again, a short break, and we will be back with the second last match of the European broadcast. See you in a few minutes.
Bomb has been planted.
you an esports fan? Prove your knowledge and start winning cash on Alpha Draft Fantasy Esports. This year, we'll pay out over $5 million in prizes to over 50,000 esports fans every single week. To play, first select from hundreds of contests from the hottest esports. Then, choose your team of pros and watch their stats update in real time during games. Right now, we'll match every dollar you deposit up to $250. What are you waiting for? Redeem your deposit bonus and play Alpha Draft now.
Going down B would have been a bit suicidal. The flanks coming in from Titan. They have a read on the situation already, but they've got to push through smokes if they want to defend this site.
You've got stand up and make a move. Stand up and make a move. Stand up and make a move. You make a move. but she said, trust me, these are the stories we will tell. As I stood frozen, infinite, I almost fell, but I got a feeling and my heart starts beating, a sudden rush of feeling alive. This is freedom and I won't change, I won't phase out. I know.
Some say you'll never run away. They think that love is a game and that we've gone insane. But what we have is what one spends a lifetime searching for. Just with you I feel amazing, never felt before. Why would I be so ashamed from what we're fighting for? I'm standing right at the gates, walking your stairway to heaven. Baby, I'm in love, and I can't get enough. I'm yours truly, 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 baby, truly. Baby, I'm in love. Can you feel the rush? I'm yours truly, 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 baby,
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sand where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
rocket ship.
Hello and welcome back to the show. Titan versus Nip on Cobble is going to be the match coming up because Hellraisers are running extremely late. Fortunately for them, we were able to switch things around. Otherwise, it would have been a forfeit loss. Anyway, so Cobblers coming up. I mean, we're having Cobblers regardless and NIP, but the team is going to be different. Titan first.
They used to be pretty good on Cobble. In
Titan?
on the area in the era of Maniac, of course. But now these days, things are a little bit different. Maniac's no longer in the team. They got Shocks in there, which is quite interesting, isn't it? Having Shocks in the lineup now.
It's interesting, Dan. That's what it is.
Yeah, so of course, so that really changes the dynamics of how the team plays, and Scream is joined as well. So it's hard to say exactly how the new Titan's going to be on this map, but one thing you know about Titan is that they have Existence leading the crew. So they, Titan always seems to be like a disciplined team. They always have an approach, so you can expect them to be prepared. And I would favor Titan a little bit here, but not too much, especially from what we saw earlier with NIP. And with jumping into the pistol round, James, we can't really talk about our expectations. We're ready to jump into the action.
Indeed, NIP all headed over towards B bomb site, but Shocks has already flanked towards A, which means that there are going to be 4 Titan players here to defend the B bomb site, although they do have to be paranoid about the drop zone where Get Right is indeed lurking. No frags for either side yet. We've got a double chicken coop play here from the CT side. First they're going to trade on either side. The bomb is quite close to Smith actually. He's going to come out and just kill Exist before running out of bullets here. Forest versus 3 now, and he will get taken down by Shocks.
I thought that was really cool there. It was actually kind of nuts how long Existence survived by the chicken huts. I mean, he survived for ages and even got a kill. And then there was this confusion as Smith, was hiding with him. Then like pops out and he's like, okay, I'm gonna start fighting people now because this is like Existence is staying alive for really long. And then they didn't know where he was because of the silencer. It was really confusing. But yeah, Titan with a nice start there, and NIP forced to go for a force buy, and in goes the drop play. This is something that can really be easily anticipated by Titan, and here it is, RPK working with the FAMAS. Forest is going to be in there as well. It's not necessarily like amazing engagements here, especially against Scream where only your head is showing, but hey, they'll get a single kill out of it, and open up the A-bomb side.
Ooh, they could get a plant. They're going to both go for the double peek and get that frag as well, and Smith is soon to go to follow. So now Scream and Existence are going to have to play the close quarters game. No, they won't, Dan, because they're going to force the issue here, and
Scream.
the NIP players will fall.
Screamu.
Scream you Japanese, mate?
Korean.
Oh,
Going
Korean.
for the Korean StarCraft commentator thing.
They had the U in Korea as well. South Korea, excuse me.
Yeah.
I would like to have a tour of North Korea one day.
A tour of North Korea, good luck.
Thank you.
I don't know that you'll see anything that you that you want to see. Then they coddle you somewhat as a foreigner. That you only have to see certain things.
NIP on the eco once more. Some money spent on Kevlar. And I wonder, like, again, this is an eco from NIP. Exist, for example, has gone for Kevlar helmet P250. Get right, Kevlar P250. No smokes on any of these players. Again, if they can get close on long, maybe they can get a one-shot onto Shocks. But what is the overall objective here? They're fairly spread out for the time being. Just Exist dueling on his own, and his armor will be lost. So, like, is the aim to get a bomb plant here, or are they going for a full round win? Spending a little bit of money. Because again, like on Mirage, for example, Titan have an execute to get a bomb plant in with this kind of money spent, but they'll spend it on a lot of nades.
Yeah, I feel like because they went for the force buy already, that they're definitely buying the next rounds. They'll have AKs and stuff. I feel like they care more about trying to find ways to get kills in this round, because they got like what 3 kills in the previous rounds. So that's good economic damage, and considering that they're guaranteed a buy in this round no matter what. Yeah, I feel like the play to find damage is better.
I respect that.
Yeah, at least I think so anyway. And I think they didn't really do much of anything. I mean, they got a kill there, I think, but
yeah,
Titan
I mean,
survived well.
I think if Exist is going to have full armor, then he can potentially like be a bit of a meat shield to get more numbers in there to trade. Anyway, there's a big presence from Titan towards the B-bomb site to start things off. And with no initial aggression there from NIP, they will move a player over towards A. In the meantime, Kobe has been announced.
This is really annoying for Titan. They lost the guy already. Now, nades come in, but again, like you don't have to fully commit behind this. One thing that did kind of plague them against Fnatic was playing too slow against the counter grenades that the CTs invariably throw on the B platform. Now Exist is looking over them. Oh wow, RPK is going to find a kill which will equalize the situation, and once again this is the problem of waiting around, especially when you have the advantage and you're in position. Giving the CT players some time to work into some positions. But Exist, once again, he was key in the game against Fnatic, and seems like he's key here again. It gets a nice opening, and that's going to be Freiberg in through drop zone as well as Alu. And NIP are all over this B bomb site. Just Scream is left alive against 2 players. And playing this long-range game is something that Scream is quite adept at. However, he won't find the fast kills, and that's going to be a problematic for Scream. He spotted 1 player, though. He knows where both are. He knows the other guy planted. And here he goes in his approach with that M4. And they know where Scream is as well. Ali's close. He's looking for that hip shot there with that AWP, the no-scope. But Exist will find the kill anyway. So 2 players remaining in this round for NIP. They win their buy round, though. They win.
Good start for NIP post-buy. Let's look at the money here for Titan. Lacking some nades. Got the AWP onto Smiths. No helmet, so this is a good buy. We've seen some other matches earlier today where in this situation the helmets were unnecessarily bought when they could have got a kit. You can see a kit on existence here with full nades as well. So, 2 towards A early on this time from Titan. And they're going to boost onto this ledge. So a bit of an off angle there. Who knows if that will make the difference. We shall have to see. NIP do seem headed towards the long area with 2 people, 1 person underpass, and then 2 just holding formation towards the B-bomb sites.
Just chilling at the moment. Oh, Smiths will find the kill onto Exist. Well done to Smiths. I mean, Exist has been such a problem in that B plat. He's been playing it so well. I mean, although that said, NIP do like to send Forrest down there as well, as he's so good with those rifles. But in this round now, NIP are playing at a disadvantage. They realize that it has to be a play into position, and that's what Get Right's doing, going for the lurk. And RPK, what a defense there on A long. He's also got some help as well, so NIP's push is being completely shut down. This really sucks for Get Right, who's in a great position, but he needs teammates to play off of. Now in he goes, as Forrest is going to double back in towards B. This could be really awesome here for NIP. If Get Right can find a sneaky kill, and he's going to completely distract Titan, but they're 2 to a bomb site. And Forrest has to act quickly with that 9 HP.
Yeah, there are 15 seconds here for the conversion to be made, and now he's got to dance through the bullets of Smiths and make it, otherwise the bomb's going to be lost. Smiths goes down, so does Existence. 7 seconds left, and this plant is going to come in with Get Right holding down the double doors area, and it's a long rotation from Titan, but they have a potential flank coming in. Forrest just gets around the box in time and manages to AWP Scream as well. Thank you, Smiths, he will say. Shocks versus 2. That Molotov will give his position away based on the trajectory. Look at Get Right. He's going all the way around to flank from the drop zone. Shocks just waiting. He knows Get Right's alive. Doesn't know where he is though. Shocks has to fake. He's got no kits here, and he's got no more HP for us to finish him off from the platform as well.
Wow. That's an amazing round from Forrest.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
If Smiths wins that duel, the round's over.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wow. Forrest. What a great time for Forrest to come alive. Alright, so Titan on the eco now. There's not really all that much for them to play with, so let's see if they can get lucky. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they'll get lucky, because NIP are just going to run straight up towards A. Going through middle as well. Middle's a really nice choice. There's a lot less to deal with than going long. From the angles. And here's Titan running up as a unit. Just like they're on their marching drills together. The spray comes in, Freiberg's going to slap them all down. And there's just Shocks who's left over, so good luck, Shocks. Good luck, my friend.
He's dead, that.
Poor
Shocks has died. Shocks is no more. 3-3, things tied up. Titan have crap money. They're going to go for the buy, including a Mag 7 on Smith, so he's gone from long range to extremely shorts. in 3 rounds.
Existence does not like plants. Or plant pots, I suppose, more specifically. The plants are collateral in this.
Do you realize how many fruits require bees in order to exist? It's a lot of fruit, Dan. Moving swiftly on. Get right with the MP7. The Mac 10 to take down Smiths. RPK to trade for him. We've got advanced player in shots here towards A long, and he's got a player in top support as well. Alu just casually walking and shooting RPK in the face. Going to weaken the A bomb site. Now we've got 2 CT stuck around the T's actually. Freiberg stopping Scream from rotating back to the site, and now we have Shox in a weird lurker situation where he's in a 2 versus 4 situation for us to take him down at close range with the AWP. Who knows if he was scoped? Existence now can do no damage. He will fall to Alu, just finding the headshots today with that AK-47.
Hey, NIP look really good at the moment. They're building solid bank. They're showing, you know, really good good strength when it comes to the ability to frag, the ability to clutch. And they're getting some good positions going on. They've had some good mid-round calls happening. You know, NIP already showing a well-developed cobble game at the moment, and it's something that Titan are going to have to try and deal with on their next buy. But again, you know, NIP, they should be trying to aim at the 10-round mark or so on the T side. And Freiberg opens things up here. Again, they're just up against pistols, so not much to really expect. But I do like that we got the get right sawn off. So it's a trend that started to happen, I guess, popularized by JW. But again, as you pointed out before, like, you can make a lot of money with that weapon, and you can really hold on to it if you want. Although he did find an AK on the floor, so of course going to pick that up. Titan, 3 rounds still. NIP 5.
I was going to make a joke and say I like making money with a sworn-off shotgun,
But
I actually know someone who used to be a bank robber, and he actually told me how you use a shotgun in a hostage situation.
What are you talking about?
I'm not joking, but wait till another round.
What are you talking about?
NIP with a 2-man advantage now. Double AWPs coming out for Titan. Shock's going to pick up one as well. For us continuing the AWP shenanigans here for the Swedish side. A reasonable amount of nades left for Titan. If NIP were to go for and execute, then there's a lot of potential for some counter flashes. But will NIP go for the pick game? They're just charging around the map at the moment.
Okay. Very slow and easy does it. NIP with a very slow pace this round, but they do have some pretty sick forward positioning towards the CT ramp, actually. There is actually Freiberg. He's pushing all the way up at the moment. Scream's going to find him soon enough. And the flashes go in. There's the engagement, and Scream gets the kill. But in the meanwhile, ninjas in pajamas are moving swiftly onto the B-bomb site. So a bit of distraction caused. But to be honest, the positioning isn't too bad here for Titan as they look to go for the defense. The bomb needs to be planted more or less immediately. Looks like we'll have that coming in for NIP. But Smith is in position to stop it. We'll get a nice tag there onto Get Right. So now NIP are bleeding at this point. They're really struggling to make inroads into this round.